What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? If you guys are brand new here, you guys don't know what we do, don't worry. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. We talk about the most scarce and creepiest videos on the net, on the web. That's gonna make us question everything. So you can sit back. Let's do what we do best, seekers. Say it with me, y'all. Y'all know what we do. Let's seek the truth.
We're now living in a world where preschools are the ones training AI. University of Washington researchers plan to study in Seattle where teachers would wear small cameras that captured a first-person view of the classroom, including the children that they were teaching, and that footage would go on to train AI models. The most ridiculous part is it was set up so that children would be automatically included unless parents explicitly opted out. The document said that footage might be processed by cloud-based AI services, but did not name specific models or companies. So parents had no way to know what exact AI tools or things that the child's likeness might fuel or whom that data might be shared to. People talk about companies like OpenAI, Google, and Amazon being a part of this larger pattern of invasive AI training. If you're like me and want to know what companies are doing things like this and what companies to support instead, you can use the Conscious app to find the most ethical companies. So you don't have to second guess yourself when you are supporting.
Why we always finding out, man, that we like are secretly training AI models, bro? That video is always coming out, man, coming out of the woodworks. Like, bro, remember what happened with the Pokemon Go? People going around taking pictures of Pokemon that's training freaking AI models, and then we got preschoolers doing it too. Where's the line at, man?
On the news, they said that people were entering and exiting Brooklyn sewer manholes. And now they're saying they're believed to be treasure hunters or urban explorers looking for valuables in the sewer system. Not mole people or scaly people, just treasure hunters, apparently. Y'all remember when people were in sewer systems in New York before? Remember when all that news footage came out and then kind of just disappeared all at once, but we didn't stop talking about it, even though the news stopped talking about it? You know, those long been conspiracies of mole people and people living underground. But when it comes to people being in tunnels underneath New York City, this goes into other things too, not just the supernatural or mole people. You know, and they said CBS News in New York actually has footage of it, but the photos they're releasing are super blurry and you can't really make them out, which really doesn't help the theories that are going around. You know, and there's a whole group of people that like to explore abandoned buildings and tunnels and stuff like this, but in this case, a group of 8 men went into a manhole at 1 a.m. and then climbed out a couple hours later, which I guess in theory still matches the whole urban explorer thing. But just like this guy that they interviewed, all of this seems real suspicious.
Really odd. It's suspicious.
But like most things, I'm probably just reading too much into this, and it's probably just weirdos being in tunnels. I guess we'll just wait and see how much the news actually covers it.
Nah, bro. I think I do remember that footage, man, of those clips a while back, bro. People coming out of here, like I said, a manhole, man. We got an underground city in California, bro. Man, let's find out, man. We got one in New York too, man. What happens? Are those two connected? Let me find out, man. We got some freaking underground cities, bro, in these major cities that we never noticed before.
The world's richest man has an exciting announcement about AI.
It's pretty obvious that we're going to have AI that is vastly smarter than humans. AI unequivocally smarter than humans in every way, including in innovation, is probably not more than a year or two away. Jesus, this is kind of boring. I hope it's nice to us, you know?
New close-up and very clear Bigfoot video was just shared. It was posted on May 2nd, 2026. The location of the encounter was left unknown, but it was reportedly in an overgrown, secluded section of forest, a place where human life is rarely seen. Allegedly, a wildlife photographer ventured out there this day and came across something completely unexpected. A huge, dark, primate-style creature.
That definitely looks like Bigfoot. Could be cap though.
He
Gotta keep
quickly
that in
pulled out
mind.
his video camera and took the quick clip we see now. The creature is seen in one of the most HD alleged captures of all time.
That's 4K,
It's
man.
so clear we can see its back muscles through its fur. We can even see sunlight shining down through the trees, reflecting onto the creature. It's extremely detailed. It looks exactly like an ape-human hybrid, too upright to be an ape, but too large and hairy to be a human. It kind of reminds me of the Patterson-Gimlin film. The uploader states, quote, "How can you deny this video of Bigfoot? I mean the quality of that. People are going to say this is AI, but have you seen AI as good as this?" End quote. What do you guys think? If it is real, it truly is one of the most undeniable videos of Bigfoot. I just hope more proof comes out about this one. Maybe more footage, more witnesses, or maybe even just some more details. Now, of course, this is what my channel is all about, so you guys know the drill. I'll keep you all in the loop if anything further is released.
It actually looked
I need
like
more footage.
people from... that was one of the things I had real trouble with other insiders. Remember I told you this, Corey, that nobody wanted to say that there were black-looking people anywhere but on Earth. And it was like there's this racism inside the cabal. They don't want black people to know that they have extraterrestrial ancestry.
Right, and you were being told that black people didn't serve.
Didn't serve in the space program.
Right, and there were people from all races.
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Why is that?
I don't know how to feel about this because Harvard scientists recreated a 3D model of what Mary, the mother of Jesus, would look like. This person looks awfully familiar, and this is, and I quote, based on historical data from the 1st century Middle Eastern woman. I mean, it looks like Lady Gaga. It looks like Lady Gaga. Like, literally, compare this to this. I don't quite know how to feel about this. I think mainly because Lady Gaga's not Middle Eastern, but maybe Middle Eastern women look different in the 1st century. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. To the Harvard scientists who put this out, would you like to confirm or deny?
It definitely looked like Lady Gaga, bro. Like, mashed it up, picture to picture. I don't know what that model was on, man, but like we found out, bro. They said Mother Mary looked exactly like Lady Gaga. How you feel about that, Seekers?
Tech company, they have officially invented an artificial egg that can fertilize through DNA a living chicken. It has no mother or father. It doesn't come from a real egg. It is purely a creature of science, and it was just born. It was just hatched. And they're doing this because they want to raise an extinct bird called the South Island giant moa. So this is what the artificial egg looks like. It runs at room temperature and fits inside a regular incubator. And apparently they want all sorts of birds. They want to save all the birds. They're big on birds.
What's that? Oh, a farmer catches a helicopter dropping thousands, if not millions of ticks into his farm, and things are getting a little bit wild. Tell me, Mom! This is wild. The farmer is going out, kind of going through his land, and he notices a helicopter coming up, and it starts to drop all these ticks. So that video is going viral and circulating right now because it caught people in the act of doing this. The helicopter hurried and flew away, but things picked up a little bit quickly. After a few days of these ticks being around, the man actually started to find certain things that were dead on his property from these ticks. For example, he actually came across a moose on his property that was killed by these ticks.
Scary.
Hey, hold it, bro. Hold it. Oh,
It's just like 4 or 5 different stripes of light blue.
Yep.
fuck no, the car ain't that fucking
They
tall.
don't go that high. The lights don't go that high, bro.
This is not just visitors from other planets coming here, and it is part of something much bigger, much more wondrous, much more mysterious, and a lot harder for us to get our heads around. I don't think we would disintegrate with the general idea that aliens are coming here to visit us because they've been coming a long time. They haven't blown us up yet, so what's the threat? However, what if the ultimate disclosure is not that simple? What if they are describing something else entirely? By the way, the aliens are here. They're not really from other planets. They are actually interdimensional beings. They live here among us all the time, separated by a thin psychic membrane of some sort. They can see everything you do. They can read your mind. They can interact with our lives at any time, come and go as they please, at will. You can't see them. You can't know it. How do you like that? You talk about people freaking out? That would have you freaking out.
Definitely would. Understand they come from a different dimension?
Say desperate times called for desperate measures, which one US handyman knows better than most. The soaring cost of fuel prompting 30-year-old Miles Hightower to transform this pink Barbie camper into a more efficient ride. It runs on an old power washer motor and costs a fraction to fill up at the Bowser compared to his typical work car.
Well, compared to my regular car, this usually takes about I don't know, maybe like $3 max to fill it up, depending on how the gas is. Now my gas is at like $5 a gallon almost. So if I want to fill this is a 2-gallon tank. So oh my God, I didn't even think about it like that.
The car still features lights, music, and a tablet screen for navigation.
So you...
My man getting creative out here, bro. He said, "Freak that gas price, man. I'm about to just downgrade my car, bro." That's actually crazy, man, that these gas prices had to make that man resort to that, bro. People got here. He probably looking at everybody else like, they crazy paying those prices, man. He said, get creative out here, bro.
You mean to tell me that NASA didn't have the capabilities to warn anybody about that meteor that hit Boston yesterday? A meteor traveling at 75,000 miles per hour hit Massachusetts yesterday. This meteor hit surface so hard and it was so loud that people heard it in Boston, that people heard it in Rhode Island, that people heard it in New Hampshire. Mind you, it touched ground in northeastern Massachusetts. And let me say this, that meteor was probably more than 7 tons. Matter of fact, listen to how loud this shit was. Listen. Did you just hear that?
I did.
Hold on one time. Hold on. Listen. Mind you, this is in different areas, in different places. Nah, man. You gonna have people say it's normal for meteors to hit the Earth. And even though that may be true, you're telling me a meteor that big, coming at Earth that fast, is normal? Then might I add, what was the boom that everybody heard in South Carolina? Along with the sonic boom they heard in Boston, in New England, in New Hampshire, in Rhode Island. They also heard something in South Carolina. And let me reiterate, that meteor was moving at 75,000 miles per hour. Tell me what's normal about that. I'm out.
These videos have tried to be debunked, but still to this day haven't been debunked. Like, obviously you have people on the internet trying to debunk and saying, like, people who don't believe in aliens or like UFOs and shit, be like, nah, that's just a ship, like that's an airplane, like this is bull. But like people who are like astronomers, professional researchers, they've looked over and over at this footage and they cannot come to a conclusive answer to what it is. They can't debunk it at all, bro. Like those two things right there are supposedly like the windows. No, the aliens.
What?
You see it? I see them. Yes, bro. And you will constantly see this from either like 2 to 6 a.m. in the morning, bro. Always during the same times. Wait, so they're floating over the water right now? Yes, yes.
2009.
Yo, the dog is looking at me. Yeah, bro. What the? It's literally looking at the lights. Nah, that already looks crazy right there. And mind you, this footage was taken on a camera that's filmed on the cassette tapes, those like mini tapes. So you can't edit it, you can't do CGI. It's not digital. So whenever people look over the footage, they see, yo, this is authentic cassette tape footage, bro, right? There was this guy, his name is Yelchin Yalman. He lived in Turkey, and he had this really, really like big fascination regarding aliens or UFOs. That's where he would become a night guard. And some random stranger will come up to him and be like, you should go buy a camera. That's all he said. What the fuck? The next day, 60...
Hey, man, we need to bring back the cassette tapes, bro. Bring back the OG, the retro, man, way of filming, bro. So you can't freaking edit or doctor that footage, man. Like you said, you couldn't debunk it because it's on that cassette tape. And we definitely saw that dog watching those lights, bro, that was moving. And you said those were aliens? Whoa. I have no words for that one, man.
4 million mosquitoes are said to be released across California and Florida. And you might be surprised
surprised to hear who is behind this. Google, of all companies, has applied for a permit to introduce a new population of mosquitoes into the wild in order to wipe out the disease-ridden population. Well, the US are about to have a mosquito civil war on their hands. So at first, this sounds absolutely insane, right? But Google thinks this is a good idea because these mosquitoes in particular have two secret weapons. The first being that they're all male, and fun fact, males don't bite humans, so they can't spread disease further. That also does kind of mean that the civil war is going to be male versus female to make things even crazier. And secondly, these mosquitoes will carry a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia, which essentially makes them sterile and unable to reproduce with the female mosquitoes. Damn, they really got the bros locked in on this battle. So the idea is that over time, the species responsible for spreading deadly diseases like dengue fever, Zika virus, and other West Nile viruses could be dramatically reduced without the need for toxic pesticides. But I know you're probably wondering, Google? Why is my search engine now starting mosquito civil wars? Well, in short, the answer is because they are one of the only companies in the world to have the budget, the ability, and the technology to pull off something like this. And of course, money spent on health takes up about 10% of global GDP. That's about $10 trillion a year. So if Google's technology can reduce global health costs, save lives, while also getting themselves into a big new market, well, sure, that's part of it too. But what do you guys think? Will the public trust a company like Google with an endeavor like this or not?
I don't, because that can easily turn into something else, man. What happens if those freaking mosquitoes freaking, evolve, man? Like on Dragon Ball Z, bro, and turn into something else, man. They're gonna mix with the female mosquitoes, bro, and make a new breed where it doesn't even matter no more, man. I don't trust it, bro. I don't want bugs evolving, bro. Or, those mosquitoes freaking, evolving. You know what I mean, man.
Happened to Selena Gomez. Who is this right here, you all? Again, I don't know what is going on anymore, but something weird is definitely going on with these celebrities, because this doesn't even look like the same person, at least to me. This was Selena Gomez just a year ago. A year ago. So who is this? Huh? Who is this? A year ago, she looked completely different, and now a year later, she looks even more different. That's also a very interesting style of shoe she is wearing, and I will just leave it at that. But seriously, who is this person? What happened to Selena Gomez? Because something seems off here, you all. And I know I'm not the only one out there that finds this to be bizarre. But maybe there is nothing to this at all. Maybe this is the same person and she just lost a lot of weight. I know I'm not one to speak on that issue, but seriously, what is going on? Wake up.
1994, okay. We're gonna see some sirens, mermaids. Is that the sun? I don't think so. What the hell are those?
They're being surrounded by friggin' UFOs. The Coast Guard.
The orbs.
510, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lights we see there. They've been coming on, they work 7 lights.
Get out of here. That ain't the Coast Guard, buddy.
Now they're openly telling you who's going to pay for these AI surveillance centers, because that's exactly what they are. Here's Larry Fink sitting with the governor of Texas telling us all that you're going to pay for it. Your savings account is going to pay for it. Your pension funds, insurance companies, they're going to pay for the AI data. Because if we don't, then China's going to get to us first. Here's one of the world's predator elite in the predator elite class, who he himself isn't going to pay for it. It's going to be you. And sadly, millions of Americans are openly cheering for the demise of our own nation right out in the open.
Americans to think about growing with the United States. We will have far than enough money to invest in this infrastructure. But as the governor was talking about, the need for electrons is growing every day. Some of these, if we're going to be the leader in technology, which we are, if we are going to be the leader in AI, which we presently are, it's just going to require trillions of dollars of investments. And if we don't invest in it, China will be the global leader in this. And so to me, it's not whether, this is a must. And if you think about how that translates, it translates into a more dynamic economy. We need the United States economy to grow at over 2%. We need the U.S. economy to grow at 3%, especially with the growing deficits the federal government has. And so much of this money, not just the private, is going to be coming from the private sector, from savings accounts, from pension accounts, from insurance companies, and on and on and on. The whole world is in need of improving the infrastructure.
Are you awake yet?
I'm definitely awake, bro. And I did not like hearing that, man. I go every single time when these speaking people come up with these great ideas and stuff like that, we the ones who end up funding it and paying for it. Aren't they the ones who have all the damn money? So why we gotta be stuck with the bill, man? And if we investing in the AI stuff, bro, where's my check at, bro? Because yeah, they're gonna take the money from our accounts, but I guarantee we ain't gonna see a return on that, bro. They're gonna be like, okay, yeah, thanks for the help, but we keeping our cut. I don't know about y'all guys, bro. Like, come on, man. People need to wake up, bro, like you said.
Decades, radio operators have picked up on strange frequencies that, when listened to, contain eerie sounds, robotic voices, and even little girls singing, and nobody knows where it's coming from. And despite these ghost frequencies being officially captured by public radio operators as well as police vehicle radios, there has never been any official acknowledgement from the government on these frequencies. I've got a few examples of these sound waves hitting people's radios. I want you to check it out, even though it's a little disturbing, and let me know where you think these are coming from.
Radio kill essential. $30 for essentials plus $10 for Galaxy S and even all day gizzards.
The government only mentioned 4 aliens because that's what they work with. The Nordics, reptilians, the Greys, Dracolians, that's their team. They will never tell you about the ones that's really helping us. You ever heard about the bird people?
Nope.
Or I should say, the blue avians. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. What you're looking at right now is Cygnus. Cygnus star constellation is where the bird people come from. Just remember this, every life form you see on this planet, it came from another source. Birds are messengers because they come from the blue avians. You know how they say if a bird shit on you, it's good luck. The birds are the watchers in our reality. Or I should say, they are the eyes from a higher source. You ever notice when birds land on a tree, they always go to the last branch and they just watch everything. The blue avians are the watchers. Energy, 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 energy. Their personality and behavior traits is really angelic. Peaceful, compassionate, committed, harmony, balance, non-violence. They are really introverts, so they don't be in crowded areas. Negativity, arguments, it drains them. How many times you've been dreamed by people? Right now we are in UFO disclosure. So if the elites want to tell us about their team, we should speak about our team. Yes, they are on our team. Higher dimensional beings. Next time you see a bird following you around, a bird might fly in your house. Don't look at it like it's just a bird. It's a message. Once again, the insectoids, Draconians, Nordics, and the Greys, they work with the elites. So that's why they felt real comfortable telling people this. They're introducing their team. Everything in the universe is about currency, energy, frequency, vibration. If you are vibrating high, the real ones will come to you. If you are vibrating low, the demonic ones will come to you. It's really that simple. We just made it complicated. Get your energy up because shit is changing. It's so many people that gave their blood and their DNA to the system. If you did this, they know who you are. We are about to see the old earth go bye-bye and the new earth is being born. But the earth will do a natural detox and flush away all the parasites. So you have to ask yourself, are you a parasite to this planet? If so, you better change.
Got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
You
guys, I got a rubbery avocado. Wait, I need to shift this. This is insane. Oh, disgusting. Banana is not supposed to bend that way. Would you look at this? Just look at this.
The hell is
supposed to be an orange. Come check this. Ariana, what are you doing here? I thought it was watermelon season.
But since when is watermelon doing this? I'm trying to break it.
If you see this at night, someone is marking down where you and your kids live. And if you own a car, they have been following that vehicle and they know when all of you are alone. People were terrified after a mother went viral showing a white dot on her car, so then noticing people following her and her kids.
Somebody obviously has been watching me.
Marking down where they sleep to following their routine for weeks. And when she went to the police, they told her that she was imagining it. Haunting reports show that it is not one person doing this, and they keep changing their tactics, and it's getting more and more sinister each time. First, it was zip ties left on car door handles, then coins wedged into the handles so the doors would not shut, and now white dots stamped directly onto the glass, marking exactly which car has hit. Happening all across the country, and each time no one has ever been caught. But it gets much worse because if you found a white dot on your car tomorrow morning, there is no one you can call, no investigation that will be open, and either the people designed to protect you do not believe you, or they're choosing to look the other way. But authorities say they have found zero evidence that any of these markings have ever been linked to a single person.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove, man.
Such memorable, glorious, unforgettable times we had here. This freedom of time. It is. We return to the throne in our day. We were full into something more than less. He is his moment.
What are they doing? What's the bell signifying?
You realize
realize there's people out here that know almost everything about you and you never even met them yet? I remember years ago I met this guy that was following this woman online. She was very successful, highly accomplished, a multi-millionaire. And one day this guy shows me this woman's page and he tells me, I'm gonna get her. He's telling me all this stuff about how much money she's made, where she lives, and how big her house is, and just going on and on about all the materialistic things that she has. At the time, I didn't think much of it because I didn't know this woman personally, so I honestly didn't care. Fast forward like 6 months later, and I see him again, and this time he's with the woman that he was showing me, and now they're in a serious relationship. And the wildest part was she told me that they met randomly and they instantly connected. She said she knew nothing about him and he knew nothing about her. Meanwhile, this dude already been watching this woman for months, but she doesn't even know this. He been studying her. He knew what she liked, the lifestyle that she responded to, what impressed her, and he knew what kind of man that she was looking for. And I remember him telling me the reasons that he liked her. It had nothing to do with her personality, her character. It was strictly her money, success, lifestyle, and visibility. And this woman eventually gave this man unlimited access to everything, her personal accounts, all her finances, and everything started going downhill from there. Now, why am I saying this story? Because social media has made people far more observable than people realize. People think they just posting photos, vacations, accomplishments, luxury purchases, relationship problems, emotional captions, routines, and business success. But what they're really doing is building a psychological profile of themselves in public. Now people know where you go, your emotional patterns, your standards, your routine, even your vulnerabilities before they shake your hand. This conversation is usually only framed around wealthy men being targeted by gold diggers. But successful women need just as much discernment today because they're targeted too. Because there are absolutely people out here that will approach you strategically once they see the money, the success, the visibility, and the opportunity that's attached to your name. The scary part is sometimes the person that's being studied, they think the meeting was just a random coincidence. Meanwhile, the other person been planning this approach for months. And I'm not saying this to say that you should be paranoid or that you shouldn't trust people. I am saying this to say that privacy matters, your discernment matters, and your boundaries absolutely matters. Because in today's world, a lot of people aren't watching you because they admire you. They're watching you to study you so they can eventually take advantage of you.
He was speaking nothing but facts, man. That's why you gotta be careful what you post, bro. Thought that like he was building, damn near no. He built a profile on her. And she gave away the whole playbook. So it was easy for him. All he had to do was just study. And look what happened. Like you said, he just wanted access to her money, bro. Be careful what you post online, seekers, man. We got some parasocials, bro. We got the, we got the parasocials out there as well. Careful.
No way. Wow. There's so many videos where people showing us something that's going on with the time. What a time to be alive. Shut up! This is ridiculous, guys. Because these days are going real fast. Way faster than it's ever been. Could it be that time is speeding up because something is about to happen? I wouldn't know. But it's something to think about. Shut up! Something's going on here. It's almost like we're getting back to the times where time didn't exist. We're talking thousands of years ago. You think people were pulling out their watch like, hey, what time is it? Shut up! This needs to stop. Now, just bring it on, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Are you serious? Maybe that clock needed a new battery, right? And to be honest with you, I don't know who that guy was in that video, straight up and down. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this. You think time is speeding up? Because I do, and everybody's talking about it. Let me know. I'm out.
I do think time is speeding up, though, because sometimes I just look up. I'm like, it's 12 o'clock. I look down. It's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, damn, bro. With the time, with like time, I don't know, is it subjective to people, sometimes? But I think I feel time like moving up, bro, speeding up. These days, man, they're ending quick, bro. Something going on, man. And like you said, that's not the only clip I've seen about somebody saying time has sped up.
Photo taken in the ICU is absolutely insane. So the person in the hospital bed had survived a really bad car accident and had just woke up out of a coma. The family gathered around to take photos, and in this particular photo, they caught something weird. If you look at the upper left-hand corner of the screen, there's a person standing there that wasn't there when the photo was taken. And if you notice, the person is solid black, which is really weird because usually when you catch ghosts on camera, they're more of a grayscale. In this one, too, you can see the features of the ghost. It has white glowing eyes. You can see a shirt.
You can see the ears, you can even see their hair in a bun. Now, the spirit doesn't seem to be malevolent. It's leaning over to take a photo with the man, but it makes you wonder what happened to it and why it's in the ICU, and why she isn't like a grayscale like most ghosts. I wonder if it has something to do with her passing. Again, I don't get a negative vibe from it, but what do you guys think? Let me know.
Yeah, it's definitely over for America. You guys are going to have to give us back everything. Listen to what they are teaching the first graders now, y'all. Now, they're still trying to lie to them and tell them that it's the Native Americans, but it's only a matter of time till everybody knows the truth. Listen to this.
I said, white people used to steal stuff.
White people used to steal stuff?
Yeah.
When?
I heard a story of that.
Come here, tell me about it.
I heard a story from school.
That white people used to steal stuff?
Yeah.
When?
And kill people.
Yeah? You talking
and
about...
they be friends together.
Are you talking about Thanksgiving?
No.
Before Thanksgiving?
No.
Just in general?
No, I'm talking about white people used to steal stuff and kill people, but now they were friends.
Friends with who?
With the normal people's skin.
The normal people's skin?
Yeah.
You mean like Native Americans?
Yeah.
So first the white people killed the Native Americans and they became friends with them?
Yeah.
That's not 100% true.
Wow.
White people kind of killed them and then stole all their land. And now we have America. But yeah, the part about white people stealing and killing them is that part's true. They teaching this in first grade, dude? Hey, wait, real quick, before we lose track, your focus. They're teaching you this in first grade?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that's good stuff. Did you hear what the kid said? He said the people with the normal kind of skin. But this is crazy, y'all. This is what they're teaching kids in the first grade now? Yeah, it's over for y'all, America. You might as well give us everything back. It's going to happen regardless. You might as well start now. But let me know what you guys think about this video. The shit is here, y'all.
To stay in prison. See, Japan's elderly population is skyrocketing, and with it, a shocking trend. There has been a surge in elderly women committing crimes like shoplifting deliberately to get sent to prison because the loneliness on the outside is so severe. In fact, in the last 20 years, the number of elderly inmates has risen by almost 300%. See, because on the outside, these women often live alone with no family to visit them or financial support to rely on. One inmate interviewed said her 43-year-old son, who she was living with, once said to her, "I don't care when you die, I wish you'd just go away." But now she's behind bars, she has routine, people to speak with, meals, and even medical care. Rather than shouting at them, the guards go as far as changing their diapers, helping them bathe, eat, and even take their medication. One said it now feels more like an elderly home rather than a prison full of convicted criminals. There's some that even say they will pay 20 to 30,000 yen a month just to live there forever. And even though they eat their meals in a cell alone in silence, just knowing that others are around is enough.
I was just about to say that. That doesn't sound like a prison. That sounds like an elderly home. But the fact that they have to go to that extreme just to get there, just so they won't feel alone anymore when their families left them, that's sad, truly.
Here are some of the dumbest crimes committed by children, except each time it gets dumber. A 12-year-old kid in Rockville, Maryland has admitted to police that he sent in at least 7 bomb threats to various schools in his area. And he said that he did it because he knew that he couldn't be charged for it. Which is true, because in Maryland, children under the age of 13 can only be charged for something that falls under a crime of violence. The kid was smart enough to know the law, but dumb enough to call in a bunch of bomb threats for some reason. The kid might actually have a bright future ahead of him. At a theme park in North Carolina, a 13-year-old boy climbed inside of a claw machine to steal one of the toys and got stuck. According to reports, he spent 17 minutes inside of it until someone was able to come pull him out, after which he was banned from the park for a year for attempted theft and being a dumbass. In North Carolina, a 6-year-old boy was arrested for picking flowers from a yard while waiting at a bus stop. The crazy part is he actually had to go to court for destruction of property. The kid's attorney was quoted saying the boy's attention span was so short she had to give him a picture to color during the trial. Thankfully, the case was dismissed, but this happened because North Carolina China has one of the lowest minimum ages for criminal charges, and most recently it was just raised to 8 years old. My question is, who the hell is calling the cops on a 6-year-old?
Yeah, who? And the fact that he had to go to court for picking flowers? What's wrong with people, man? This is a kid. You can't let that slide. It's not like you're doing things destructive.
In the world right now. If the Chiefs defeat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, the Eagles' all-time record will be 666 wins and 666 losses. A judge annulled the marriage of a couple after the bride came to the court and said that she only participated in the wedding because she thought it was a social media prank. Another judge sentenced a woman for setting a home on fire with 3 other people in it using Takis tortilla chips. A bank robber was dazed and confused when his getaway bike was stolen. A Texas teenager was accused of using poison to end the life of a rival's competition show goat. A man in Cleveland was quoted saying he's tired of cars running into his house all the time after 3 have crashed in the last 10 years. A man in California was arrested after he told the officer he was the DUI instead of the DD. A woman was rescued after getting caught in an Italian cave for the 2nd time in 2 years. The EU fined the EU for breaking EU data protection law.
Fun facts you wouldn't believe are true. Godzilla is an actual citizen of Japan. Some species of jellyfish are actually immortal. The patent for a fire hydrant was destroyed in a fire. Outer space is only 62 miles away. You could drive there in an hour. If you flattened your lungs out, they would have about the same surface area as a tennis court. Saturn is the lightest planet. If there was a big enough body of water, it would float. An astronaut spacesuit runs about $12 million. The moon looks close, but you can actually fit every planet in the solar system between the Earth and the moon. In a lab here on Earth, scientists created a plasma that reached a temperature of 9.9 trillion degrees Fahrenheit. Over 50,000 people on Earth have alien abduction insurance policies.
Here are 3 ways to hack your body. Number 1, if your arms ever fall asleep, just shake your head like this and it will go away instantly. Number 2, if you ever have a stuffy nose, just hold your breath until you have to breathe again, and this will give you adrenaline, which will clear your sinuses. And number 3, if you ever have to really go to the bathroom but there's no place to go, just scratch the back of your calf as hard as you can. This will actually stall your brain, making it that you forgot you ever had to go.
I need to try that to see if that's actually true.
Facts that I wish I didn't know. When you die, the last thing to go is your hearing. So as all your other mortal sensations are leaving this world, the last thing you're ever going to experience are the sounds going on around you, which very well could be like your family members crying or cheering. By the year 2050, there's going to be more plastic in the ocean than fish. When pigs get a cold, like a cough, very often they will shoot their intestines out of their anus, and farmers have to, like, stuff it back.
What? I heard that about pigs, but I assumed it was cat.
Human body parts that are completely useless now. Number 1 is your external ear. Auricular muscles control the visible part of the ear, but humans have lost the ability to control this muscle, and other mammals can move their ears with these muscles in order to detect prey and localize sound. Next is wisdom teeth. About 85% of adults nowadays will have at least 1 wisdom tooth. Our ancestors used to have larger jaws, so wisdom teeth fit better, which is why we get ours removed now, and it was the answer for the need for chewing power that they needed. Next is body hair. Body hair was once required for warmth, and you can see we've lost a lot of it over time. We now have it in a reduced form. Next is your appendix. In plant-eating mammals, the appendix helps digest cellulose, and the appendix might not be completely useless. A recent study found that it helps aid in good gut bacteria. So let's say you have diarrhea and your intestines are flushed out, it provides good bacteria back to your gut after that.
This is the 5th scariest movie according to science. Paranormal Activity, released December 3rd, 2008. Before watching this movie, your beats per minute is around 62. While watching the movie though, it's bumped up to 85, making it a 15% difference in your beats per minute. A woman and a husband move into their dream home in San Diego. Unfortunately, since the woman could remember, she had felt like she had a weird paranormal presence around her that wasn't good. After the first couple nights of living in the new house and they can't sleep, the husband then sets up a camera in the bedroom, and the things they see, well, I guess you're just gonna have to watch the movie. The movie, as I said, is called Paranormal Activity, and it is supposedly the 5th scariest movie, according to science.
Not for me. I know I don't do scary movies.
If you're celebrating Halloween, you need to know about this movie. This movie was so popular when I was a kid, but I realized a lot of people actually don't know about it. Trick or Treat is a 2007 horror movie that includes 5 different Halloween-themed horror stories. So I'm gonna explain all 5 of them. The first story, called Opening, is about Emma and her boyfriend Henry who go home on Halloween night. Emma blows out a jack-o'-lantern and starts tearing down all their Halloween decorations, not knowing that someone is watching her, and she's just made a terrible mistake. The second story, Principal, begins with Charlie stealing candy from his high school principal's house when trick-or-treating, but then he gets caught by the principal, who seems to be hiding a secret double life. The third story is probably the most well-known, called Halloween School Bus. A group of teens go to a flooded quarry, where one of them tells the group about the urban legend of the Halloween school bus. And in this urban legend, 8 disabled students were unalived by a school bus driver, because their parents all asked the school bus driver to get rid of them, as the parents were tired of taking care of them. Then we find out this might not be an urban legend after all. The fourth story, Surprise Party, is about a group of women who meet a hooded man dressed as a vampire. This story has a very interesting plot twist that you won't see coming. And the last story, Sam, is about the neighbor of the principal from the second story. And he hates Halloween. But as he walks out of his house, he realizes his entire lawn is full of jack-o'-lanterns. And there's mysterious messages written all over. In this story, it's finally revealed who this creepy pumpkin from the movie poster truly is. Follow for more.
Now, I'm sure we've all fallen asleep before and our arm went to sleep, right? And all you need to do to get rid of it is shake your head from left to right and it'll be gone instantly. Next, if you ever feel the urge to pee really bad but you can't find a restroom anywhere, start rubbing the back of your legs just like this. And in theory, it should just stop the urge instantly, because it'll force your brain to forget about it. And if you're ever enjoying a nice ice cream and you start getting brain freeze, try to warm up your thumb and put it in the roof of your mouth as flat as possible. Apparently, this will make your brain freeze go away instantly. And finally, if like many others you're having troubles falling asleep, try to blink your eyes super fast for 60 seconds, because it'll make your eyes tired, which will make it easier for you to fall asleep.
Just blink. These we getting the ultimate life hacks, with these clips. Psychological facts we need to know. The internet. Yeah, stay off the net. That's some good advice. You feel the same way? 3 to 4 a.m.? Really complicated relation. You don't say. Nicest people look mean at first. That's true. I can believe that one. Songs, they do express feelings and emotions, so.
Southeast Oklahoma. On a foggy day in 1970, a group of high school kids are cruising the back roads of Southeast Oklahoma. One of the boys had to pee, so they pulled over. He got out of the truck, walked about 50 yards into the woods so that he couldn't be seen. He heard a tree snap, looked up, and he's staring in the eyes of a creature 3 foot taller than any man. It had matted hair, red eyes, and blood dripping off his chin. The boys ran as fast as they could back to the truck, yelling, "Start the truck, start the truck!" But what happens next is terrifying. The boys go to the sheriff's department, and when the deputy goes out to investigate, all he sees is animal carcasses everywhere, and the legend of the Green Hill Monster was born.
Green Hill Monster? We're gonna have to definitely do some research on that. That's my first time even hearing about that. That's why I watch these clips with you guys, man. Always expand my knowledge base.
Alright, for real, and I'm gonna show you exactly why. It's always the guy with the backwards baseball cap talking about this goofy shit. How's it going? My name's Vinny Santoro. I got a bachelor's of business from UMass Lowell. I like your chain though, dude. No hard feelings. I know a paisan when I see one. I just gotta give you a hard time. Everything grew a lot bigger because of oxygen levels. It's just start teaching critical thinking at UMass lol. The time when there was more oxygen was like 200 million years ago, and the only thing that got bigger was insects. If this was a tree, the branches would be in like the goddamn troposphere. Does that make any sense? We read about them everywhere. They're in the Bible, they're right. But wait till you hear this. This book is called The Phantom Toll Booth, and in it there's a dog with a clock in it. Liberal media wants you to think this doesn't exist, but it literally says it right there in the book. The Smithsonian, they had their fingers in all of these reports. I love how many conspiracy theorists cite the whole Smithsonian destroyed giant skeletons claim literally originated in 2014 on a satire website. It was literally like The Onion. You'll get these videos of these conspiracy theorists who are like, yeah, I have my third eye open, I read between the lines, and their source is like fucking Clickhole.
This creepy painting is actually some sort of evil apparition. Let's talk about the Rat Queen from the Layers of Fear remake. And of course, spoilers ahead. The Rat Queen also exists in the original versions of Layers of Fear 1 and 2, but we're going to be focusing on the remake. The Rat Queen appears mostly as a painting in the stories of the painter from Layers of Fear 1 and the actor from Layers of Fear 2. She seems like a malevolent force that rats are drawn to, but it's unclear as to what her intentions are. What's really happening is that in the remake, the writer is writing the stories of the painter and the actor. For those of you not familiar with the series, these are character names. At the beginning of the writer's time living in the lighthouse, she unknowingly enters a pact with the painting of the Rat Queen. And part of that pact is the Rat Queen helping her turn those stories into successful books. However, this comes at a cost, and the writer ended up losing her son as a result of the pact. She returned to the lighthouse to burn the Rat Queen painting, but was met with a surprise. The physical form of the Rat Queen appeared and locked her in the lighthouse forever.
It's a spooky story.
Trying to get the new Lamborghini profile icon, but everyone's getting scammed trying to do it. Over the last few months, there's been loads of profile icons coming out, and now you may have seen this new McLaren one going about. Quite cool, especially compared to some of the other ones we've had, but no one actually knows how to get it. A lot of people were saying that if you just type McLaren in the comment section, it comes up and gives it to you, but it definitely doesn't. But what is the actual way to do it? Well, I'll tell you right now. But first of all, you've got to go over to Tate McRae's page, who, if you don't know, is this person right here. Click on her profile picture and it will come up with this, and you press Get Frame. After that, it will take you to this page, which comes up with her new release and loads of stuff, where then, similar to the Squid Game one, you have to take part in a few challenges, complete these things before you can get it, such as following her, posting a video to the song, and also putting that in the hashtags of the video. Once your video is done, set to public and posted, after you've done this and the video is posted, the frame should just pop up on your page. If it doesn't, just click on your profile picture, go to frames where you can see all of yours, and select this one, and there you go. Scariest.
So I guess that's how people be manipulating the system. Gotta do all that just, and people be doing that just to get an icon of a car on top of their profile. I wonder how many artists does that trick, man. They call it marketing, but could be looking at, as manipulating the market, man. I don't know.
Things ever found in the woods. A biker was in a Colorado forest when he found a metal wire tied across two trees. Soon more bikers began reporting the same thing. Someone had even lost their lives to one of these wires. It seems someone wants to harm bikers for some reason. Police have been looking into this, but so far have not found whoever's doing it. In December 2014, a man heard screaming coming from the woods behind his house.
It's a kid screaming for his dad.
You can hear a girl screaming "Daddy" and an adult voice saying, "Where are you?" The man who heard this said he checked the news every day, but heard nothing about the incident on the news. Some people commented on this, saying it may have been a setup for a kidnapping, but really, we don't know. One day, a Forest Service officer was doing a routine patrol of a trail in Utah. That's when he noticed a tripwire tied between two trees. He followed the wire, and it led him to this. A ball made of rocks and sharpened sticks, which was set to fall when the tripwire was hit. That was bad enough, but he soon found another trap on the same trail. A tripwire pulled tight, which would cause people to fall into a bed of sharpened sticks. Police began investigating this, which led them to two men, Benjamin Rodkowski and Kai Christensen. They claimed the traps had been set for animals, but the police did not believe this. The two men were later sentenced to 30 days in jail.
Just 30 days? These are some Rambo crap. just 30 days, that ain't enough. So that dragonfish, that always blows my mind, man, when we go like under the sea, and we just find new creatures. I'm pretty sure the
Here are 6 facts that sound completely fake but are 100% true. I can pretty much guarantee one of these will be the coolest thing you've heard all day. Firstly, Picasso was alive at the same time as Eminem and Charles Darwin. Let that sink in for a second. What? Stonehenge was a tourist attraction for ancient Romans. The can opener wasn't invented until 48 years after the can. I mean, what? I imagine a lot of you enjoy eating oysters. I absolutely fucking do not. So might you after this fact. I'm so sorry. Oysters are always served to you alive. They only die when they go down your gullet. I mean, that's just What? If you shuffle a deck of cards, it is statistically likely that you've shuffled them in an order that has never existed before and will never exist again. Essentially, you were the first person in history to shuffle them in that exact sequence. Oh, and while we're on the topic of just what the fuck, there are more ways to play a game of chess than there are atoms in the observable universe. And if you type this into the comments, you unlock a secret TikTok emoji. Okay, that's enough warning for the day. Everyone with me?
Really?
Let's talk about a disturbing horror game that left me with more questions than answers. I Live Under Your House. Full game playthrough on my channel. This entire game is an enigma. You play as an unnamed creature that we never get to see. The only thing we know about your character is that they live underground beneath modern human civilization. You don't like leaving your tunnels, you don't want to go to the surface. But in this game, you have to. Loud construction work occurring directly above you causes you to investigate the surface, and you end up coming face to face with the human couple. The main hook of the gameplay is the amazing art style and trying to figure out what exactly you are. And the ending of this game, as well as its DLC, were certainly not what I expected.
So check that out. I think I could check out some scary games.
This is genuinely one of the most disturbing videos I have ever seen. It is the final footage that was found of a man who got lost in the Paris catacombs. In the 90s, a group of explorers were going through the catacombs of Paris, and they were getting pretty deep in there when they found a camera that was just abandoned. And upon reviewing the footage, they realized that it was from a man who was exploring down there, but he got lost. Watching the footage is incredibly chilling because he's picking up bones and skulls while he's exploring, but there's a point where either he hears something or he sees something and he begins running. He's running frantically and you can hear his breath getting louder and louder and louder. There's points where he doesn't know which way to turn, and finally, as he's running, he drops the camera. Based off of the paintings that people were able to see in the footage and the testimony of the people who found the camera, this man was insanely deep underground in the catacombs. He was really far into the uncharted sections. And you may have heard of the film As Above, So Below, the movie that was actually inspired by this footage. As Above, So Below is a found footage horror movie about a group of people going into the Paris catacombs trying to find a hidden chamber to find the Philosopher's Stone, the secret to eternal life, but they actually end up going into the layers of hell. And the creators of this film saw this found footage from the 90s and it inspired them to make their own movie. So As Above, So Below is based on a true story. I'm doing a whole episode over on my pod Frightful Fandom talking about the history of the catacombs, what they were used for, this very unfortunate true life case, and of course As Above, So Below.
Here are 10 creepy, disturbing, and scary facts you didn't know. Part 2. Today's high school students have the same anxiety levels as insane asylum patients had in the 1950s. Until 1974, it was illegal to appear in public in the city of Chicago if you were ugly. During the early 1990s, a serial killer named Joseph Metheny owned a burger stand located in Baltimore, Maryland. After his arrest in 1996, he confessed to feeding his customers the flesh of at least 3 humans he had murdered. A new homeowner was shocked to find a rag doll boarded up in a wall cavity, clutching a note saying she killed a family. In 1977, we received a radio signal from space that lasted 42 seconds. To this day, we still don't know where that signal came from. The movie The Hills Have Eyes was based on the true story of the Bean Clan, a Scottish family who would secretly ambush, kill, and eat travelers for 25 years. In 1957, 2 sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline Pollock, were killed in a tragic car accident. A year later, their mother gave birth to twins, Jennifer and Jillian. Then it gets weird. Jennifer, the younger twin, had scars and birthmarks on her body that were identical to Jacqueline's, the deceased younger sister. The twins began to ask for toys that had belonged to the deceased girl, toys they had no knowledge of. Albert Fish, an American serial killer, boasted that he killed in every state and claimed to have had over 100 victims. What makes him even more sickening is that he sent letters to his victims' parents to tell them how good their children tasted. A man named Francesco Lentini had 3 legs, 4 feet, 16 toes, and 2 sets of functioning male genitals. He worked for a circus and lived until the age of 78. In 2011, Anatoly Yurovich was arrested after 12 dolls were found in his apartment. However, they weren't regular dolls. They were recently deceased little girls that he had dug up, dressed up, and displayed. Like for part 3.
Rothschild only appeared in government twice, once for Israel and the other was for boiling milk. Yeah. So heavy metal overload, the thing you've got to do is drink a lot of milk. This protocol for like metal workers. I have metal worker buddies that if they get too much zinc or any kind of metal in them, it's like drink a gallon of milk because the milk flushes your body.
Wow.
The Rothschilds, these like the richest people probably to ever live. They look at government to speak to get them to like ban regular milk. Like yeah, they care about your health. Sure, people. No, Rothschilds want to make sure you're eating good pasteurized milk because they really care about your health. Imagine believing that. People that probably believe the Rothschilds care about their health. It's unbelievable. It's like, oh yeah, they just want the best for you. They just really want you to live a fulfilling life. Yeah, right? That's why Jeffrey Epstein just trying to be good for the Rothschild.
So what I'm hearing is, bro, we just been drinking the wrong milk for our whole lives, man. We supposed to be drinking real, regular, full, healthy milk. I guess they said it takes away the metals from our bodies. But we're drinking pasteurized milk. Makes you think, man. Why they took it away? This guy's playing tricks on him. That looks like a tree that's moving, bro.
This woman on TikTok did a AI filter where it expands your photo. She uploaded a photo of her cat and dog on her couch. The AI expanded it, and it put a random woman on her couch. Now she thought that was pretty weird, but she kind of chuckled at it until she started looking closer at the woman. When she realized that this looks a lot like her deceased mother. Here's a photo of her deceased mother for reference. AI kind of creeps me out because I have seen a lot of videos where people will take photos and AI will add something into it. And I've wondered if AI was able to pick up on ghosts and spirits and stuff like that. And with this particular occurrence, I think that it might. I mean, that looks a lot like her mom, y'all. The AI generated photo has the same face shape as her mom. It has wavy hair like her mom, even the same hair color. Now, I did see some theories that maybe the AI was able to go into her photos and it just so happened to add a photo of her deceased mother into its program. But I don't know. Because I've seen other instances of stuff like this too. What do you guys think?
Ghost in the Machine.
Purple. You know this is not a naturally occurring eye color. Yes. You're good with that.
I am. Let's do it.
Just made the purple open.
That ain't purple, my G.
You're gonna really like these. Okay. Ready to see it? I am. Purple violet eyes. This has been your dream eye color.
Favorite color since about 13, 14, 15 years old. You don't see how it looks and not just context. You don't see the real deal now.
Here we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Amazing.
How do you feel seeing your eyes like this now?
Well, dream come true. It's definitely a game changer. How you like them, Dad?
Oh, I think they turned out great. It was a custom mix, and I think it is the exact color that you wanted.
Amazing. 1%.
You're the 1%.
You're the 1% and 1% player. I love them.
He said purple. I said, bro, you gotta run me back my money talking about we use a blend. Did that look purple to you, Seekers, man? Seekers, would you guys genuinely like change your eye color, bro? I heard like too many horror stories about people like, going blind or almost going blind after, mess with their eyes, man. So I said, no from me.
Oh, those are African death masks. I'm not getting rid of them. A week later, his house burnt down.
So what happened?
I had an investigation once. The guy was hearing a lot of people going up and down the stairs in his house, and his dog would just cower in the corner of his dining room. The dog was terrified to go into the rest of the house. It was a townhouse. And I went into his office, and I'm looking at the wall on his office, and I'm like, yeah, what is this? He's like, oh, those are African death masks. And I'm like, that's the cause of your problem right there.
People were dying in these masks. People were getting killed in these masks.
They are masks that back in the old days, they would put over the deceased face and bury them. So these these are things that have been dug up that have stuff attached to them. You gotta get rid of these. He's like, not gonna do it. A week later, we watched the news, and he texted me. He goes, oh my God, you were right. His house burned down, his townhouse. The masks completely gone, and he had started to box them up. But he wasn't gonna sell them, he was just gonna keep them.
Think the mask started the fire?
I do.
He started boxing them up?
I do, yeah.
What do you think? Bro, what's going up with these freaking sky trails, man? It's a whole ring, bro.
The fuck happened at Coachella this year? Here are the 4 strangest moments you couldn't miss. It's real. People who were there said the whole place felt demonic. And the worst part is that many people actually left the festival scared. First, there's this strange illness no one believed at first, but that ended up affecting everyone again. Almost everyone who went to Coachella got sick. But this time it's a real cough that lasts for a long time, as if something specific was in the air making people stay longer. And at the very beginning of the festival, someone filmed this terrifying video where you can clearly see what looks like a portal flying over the tents before anyone even arrived. No one had ever seen anything like that, especially at a festival like this. Among all the artists who performed, the well-known Sway Lee made a demonic face that terrified his fans. His face literally transformed. Some might say it was just the lighting, but something darker definitely happened there. We've also seen many videos of people running to get out of the festival. They wait a whole year to be there, but end up running away once they realize what kind of place they stepped into. This year was actually calmer than last year's edition. I already made a video about it, and everything that happened back then felt even more demonic. They were lucky it wasn't worse this time.
No way, bro. You are not fixing an airplane wing with some duct tape, my guy.
Oh hell, so check it out. So this guy is saying that they're going like Mach 29, like close to 30,000 miles per hour. But something doesn't quite make sense about that. So if they were really doing that speed, it would take roughly 8 to 10 hours to get back. So just because they can go that fast doesn't mean they're always going to go that fast. But why not? Like, if their bodies can handle it and the little space pod thingy can handle it, why take 3 days, you know, instead of 8 to 10 hours? And then it gets even crazier because look at this. That part leaves when they you know, leave the atmosphere, and that's all that's left is this tiny little pod thing. And look, he makes a good point. Okay, where's the fuel for that, right? It's not down here because that's the heat shield. It's not up here because that's the parachute. And then inside, where's the food for 10 days? Where's the bathroom? Where's the beds? Like, how do they sleep? How does any of that work? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Guys, do you guys think, man, you know, the whole Artemis 2 launch, bro, do you guys think that was legit, or do you guys think, man, that it was fake, man, that they're playing on our faces, bro? Until he actually broke it down, I didn't realize, like, how small, you know, that pod is when they return to Earth was. But he was asking some valid questions, like, I guess where the fuel was, if it's so packed like that, where's the beds, where are they gonna eat at? Those were things I wasn't really thinking about until I saw that clip. I need you guys to tell me down below, man. What do you guys think?
In Area 51, underground, they have an entire floor devoted to cloning. A lot of the deep bases, they have an entire floor devoted to cloning. The cloning floor is the one that has the big auditorium and the seating and the arena. They started doing it around 1945. It was all politicians at first, and government and world communications. Then they got bored in these disposable bodies because it loses the novelty really fast. So they started bringing in all these celebrities. All the mainstream artists and all the biggest political people and all the biggest royalties go to this place. They don't realize that it's a contract for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. If you ever have any children, they're included in the contract. They can kill you remotely from a cloning center. If they apply a constant state of pain to your clone, you'll die in real life. It's a terrible, diabolical, nefarious place.
Cloning, okay.
Hold on, y'all. Why is the ground shaking this much near Area 51? They're saying over a dozen earthquakes just hit near Area 51 in the past 24 hours. Over a dozen earthquakes hit near Area 51 in the past 24 hours.
That's not suspicious at all.
See the problem with that? Nobody but me find that a little strange.
And yeah, you gonna have people saying, oh, this is completely normal. But this many earthquakes back to back, that's normal? This is the same area that got secret bases, underground bases, that run underground tests, and have stuff in there that they don't want us to know about. So now you got people online questioning what's going on, like, is this really earthquakes, or is it something going on underground? Or is it some weird activities going on around that area in general? Because let's be real, every time something happens around Area 51, either in or just near it, they always say, oh, it's nothing. Nothing. So let me ask y'all, do y'all think this is natural? Or do y'all think something is going on around Area 51 that they don't want us to know? Because a dozen earthquakes in one day is a little crazy.
What's more crazy to me is, man, it wasn't not reported on freaking main news. I found out about this through the clips. That's always interesting sometimes, man, when I think about it. Sometimes I feel like I learn more through these clips than what they put on the actual news, bro. I still remember that event where, like, they said everybody was gonna, you know, go to towards Area 51, and they was gonna go on a Naruto run. But it just did it outside the base, bro. Cause you guys know, man, I don't think in our lifetime we ever gonna know what's truly in Area 51. Maybe one day in the future, but not now. A meat truck at a funeral home.
Okay, we're at the Colton Funeral Home. What is this over there? A Glen Rose Meat Company at a mortuary.
Eerie.
What does that mean? What? What is that? Some really quality meat products. Marinated portions.
Your needs. So apparently someone saw this on a cruise ship and it's happening and it's just a reflection. It's right there.
What is that?
I don't remember, you know, here's the thing. See, the thing about it is, Cap, I don't think reflections make ripples in the water. I don't think that's it. One thing about it, two things for sure, y'all are really making it hard for me to go take my birthday cruise because that looked like a colossal squid. Did y'all know that people literally thought the colossal squid was a myth for the longest time until, you know, they found pictures of the size of a bus. A bus. Now we know it's there. I already told you in the other episodes that C. gigantism is real, but it only happens at pressures that we as humans cannot get to, so we don't know. I guess my thing is, how can you look out into that vast ocean and think we're the only ones? There's more ocean, right? If I'm correct, there's more ocean on the earth than there is land. So what, like 2 and 2 is equaling 4 for me? I don't know how y'all are getting 5. Why do we think it's just, you know, it's just kicks and giggles? Why, like really, what was that? And you know what? While I'm at it, I need to look up the update on the Gerald the Dolphin thing because we haven't talked about that in a couple weeks. I'm gonna call y'all back.
Okay. Radio's picking up at the dishwasher? Maybe, I don't know why it's picking up that signal. How does something like that even happen?
New footage is now starting to surface of the scientist that was researching anti-gravity. She's in a complete panic in the video, saying that she was being hit by some kind of energy weapon and she has the burns on her body to prove it. Her name was Amy Eskridge, and she wasn't just working on free energy, she was actually trying to research how to manipulate gravity itself. She claimed that this has been discovered 4 different times, and every single time it was covered up before it could go public. In the video, she's working on a computer that isn't even connected to the internet. She says that somebody is scanning what she's typing through the window, and it's burning her hands while she's typing.
My hand's still burned because there's damage, but it's like my body relaxed when we barricaded. And it was like, oh, like relief, like immediately.
When whenever she went to block the window, she said that the burning stopped immediately and there was an outline of her body left on the glass. You can literally see her posture in the window as if it was an x-ray. A former CIA weapons expert on her team identified the exact device, and he said that it was powered by car batteries inside of a vehicle that was parked outside of her home. And actually, for 4 to 5 years straight, she reported multiple different times that an Eastern European man in a Lexus had been parked outside of her house watching. She predicted exactly what they would say. They said it. I'm going to be staying updated on this, so make sure you add me and come back for more.
This guy decides to drop a lawnmower inside of Target, I believe. Yeah, Target. And before he actually got into Target, y'all know he broke them doors, right? Yeah, he shattered them doors. Drove them over all throughout the store, sped up out of there, and left with them broken doors. Let's look at this. Because you can do some time for this. Play the video. That ain't funny. I don't see what was funny about that. That's not a prank. You just did damage to that store for no reason. All for what, your viral video? Well, guess what? Guess what? You got your viral video. And guess what else? You're going to have to pay for that. Because now everybody know who you are. I be telling people, man, everybody not built to be on social media. Because y'all end up doing crazy stuff that'll get y'all in trouble. Just go back to work. Clock back in. Clock back in.
Preach.
This ain't for you, bro. It ain't for you. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like and follow for more.
Crazy, man. People be doing anything for fame, bro. Like, riding a lawnmower into like some doors, bro, just for a viral clip. The things people will do, man, to be famous. Like you said, some people, they just not built for this internet stuff, bro. Like, people need to learn that there's a limit to what you can do, bro. There's a line, and you shouldn't cross it. That's definitely crossing the line, man. Just for what? A viral clip, like you said, now you ruined your life forever, bro. It changed the shape.
You gotta talk about this speech Erica Kirk dropped because she just keeps on making it worse for herself. And I think it's pretty clear to anybody with 2 eyes and basic discernment. The way you can see this is every time Erica goes to an event, every time she posts, every time she speaks, she loses support. And I just really want to know, why would she choose to present herself like this? Because people pay attention to this kind of stuff. Because here's the thing, she could step away, take the money, and raise her kids. But choosing to stay in the public eye comes with scrutiny. You don't get to be a boss babe CEO one day, and then when valid criticism starts and people start asking questions, then suddenly you become a grieving widow. Are we just going to forget that Erica decided to capture this moment of her husband for millions to see? An incredibly private moment. Then turns around and attacks journalists for capturing viral moments at a public event. Like at the White House Correspondents' Dinner when she said she just wanted to go home. People are going to point out the hypocrisy. But even beyond that, the way she speaks her body language, it seems like she has a lot of resentment and anger. But in the beginning, she forgave the man that took her husband's life. That shift is what people are noticing. The staring, the emotion that doesn't fully connect, and people are starting to see through it.
What is that? It looks like stay with me, see, because it looks like that that black stuff looks like he was covered off that stuff, you know, from that Doom movie. I guess what's it called, the spice joint. He got out of the freaking tub or something, man. It looked exactly like that, bro.
Astronauts were the first humans to ever touch the moon. And who set up the camera that filmed them stepping off the ladder? Think about that for a second. Because right now, somewhere in your brain, something just shifted. And here's what makes it even wilder. The footage wasn't shaky. It wasn't blurry. It was clean, composed, almost like someone knew exactly where to point the lens before anyone even arrived. And if that doesn't get you, try this one. The moon is 238,000 miles away from Earth. No human had ever been there. No test run. No dry rehearsal on actual lunar soil. Yet the transmission beamed back to every television set on the planet came through clearer than most live news broadcasts today. in 1969 with technology that had less processing power than the calculator sitting in your backpack. How? Here's where it starts to unravel. NASA said 3 astronauts made the trip. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin went down to the surface. Michael Collins stayed orbiting above in the command module.
Who Epstein is?
Oh.
Yes. How do you know about him? Because he's your dad. You showed me a picture. Yo, watch your mouth.
Those the Island Boys, right? Yeah. Okay. A new Island Boy, what the hell? Are they brothers? What the was that?
I just saw a hacker on Instagram get into his city's flock cameras, and he noticed something weird. That the majority of the flock cameras exhibit the exact same behavior. And the behavior is that it reports in 50 times to a specific SSID, but that SSID is hidden. So he uncovers that it's hidden and realizes, oh shit, these things are using Wi-Fi. So is this on a hotspot, or is this actually tethered to the city's infrastructure somehow? And this is important because if they're using hotspots, that's like centralized and less than the flock cameras themselves, right? I hope you get where I'm going with it.
Oh.
This is why you need physical media. Anywho, I'm my PS5 Pro, and my PS5 Pro comes with no disc tray. So meaning all my games I play are legit going to be digital. All these games are digital, and right now we're having some Wi-Fi issues. Right now, using an iPad, they have Wi-Fi something right there. Since I don't have any Wi-Fi at the moment, I can't play no game at all because it can't verify my. This is why, literally, you also be online. This is why physical media, bro. This is why you need physical media. You never know what can happen. Yeah, it's life, y'all. Some goes that. But I ain't gonna lie, game. This is why I got my Switch, bro. One of the main reasons why. There's a little outage going on. I guess I'm gonna chill on. I guess I'm gonna chill on Donkey Kong. Probably Pokemon until the outage passes by. But you need to make sure you keep physical media at all costs.
Here's some
Fun fact, bro. I still don't got the PS5 of the big 2026. I know y'all gonna cook me down below, but bro. But I said when I was gonna get the PS5, I said I was gonna get the one with the disc, bro. I'm a physical media freaking person, bro. I don't like you said, how if it's this digital, like you said, you have to always have to have a connection, man. And you know it's licenses, and sometimes you can maybe lose that, bro. But digital disc, you can't take that away from you, man. So, bro, Seekers, buy physical media, man. You want to own your stuff, bro.
Thing nobody talks about. Her original patent actually shows the toilet paper rolling over the top. So for everyone who's been pulling it from the back, you're doing it wrong. The inventor already settled it. Case closed. I just learned that a black woman invented the toilet paper holder. Her name was Mary B. Davidson Kenner. She wanted a cleaner, easier way to store and dispense toilet paper. So she built one. So the next time you reach for toilet paper, think about the foundational black American woman who literally invented the right way to do it. Share this with someone who needs to fix their toilet paper right now.
Never knew that. A black woman made the toilet paper holder. Thank you for your own contribution to society. Whoa, man, you learn something new every single day, man. That's actually mind-blowing, bro. Thank you, man. Because you know we needed that, bro.
This industry, what you must understand is, when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, like I was, had no idea that these people still live. They will prey, haunt, kidnap, anything to stay on top. This is their world. They have nothing but time, is what they believe. The art of exchanging spirits, trading spirits.
And then when they do die, they can move their consciousness from their decaying body, from their dead, body to a new clone of themselves. They can basically, they can harness and control and transport the informational bundle that is a soul from one piece of hardware to another, or weaponry to another. They know how to do this, and this is why, like, in all the human myths about Apollo and Aphrodite and whatever, Zeus himself, these gods seem like they live forever. They always look the same, and whereas humans are, being born and dying generation after generation, these Nordics these gods always look the same, because first of all, their lifespans are thousands of our years per body, and then also they can move their consciousness into clones of themselves. So yeah, it's exactly as you describe it. It was done a very long time ago. And these are the people who manage us.
That's crazy, man. Soul transfers?
This weekend in Beijing, a humanoid robot just ran a faster half marathon than any human in history. And it wasn't a simulation or a test track. They actually had 12,000 human runners running against 1,200 humanoid robots for over 21 kilometers or 13 miles. And 3 robots actually crossed the finish line before any human did. The winner's called Lightning. It's built by Honor, which is a Chinese smartphone maker, I think a spin-out out of Huawei. And it ran the course in 50 minutes and 26 seconds. Now, the current human world record is 57 minutes and 20 seconds, held by a Ugandan runner, Jacob Kiplimo. Think about that. A smartphone maker just beat the fastest human alive. Now, this is the second humanoid half marathon that they've held. I mean, last year it was looking a little sad. These robots looked like they needed a stretcher. And then this year they beat the human world record in 1 year. Now, Lightning did hit a barricade near the end and needed some assistance to get over the finish line. But hey, I can't blame him after running that fast. But here's what this race was really about. Because it wasn't just a race to see how fast these humanoids can run. It was really a data collection exercise at scale, because every robot that ran collected movement data, terrain adaptability, balance recovery, energy management, and of course endurance. And about 40% of the robots were actually operated autonomously. And so every step these robots take are going to be fed right back into the models for the next generation that comes out. So China didn't just build a race. They built a gym for 300 robots and 12,000 unwitting training partners. Beijing's latest 5-year plan specifically calls out humanoid robots. I mean, think about 3 companies, AGBot, Unitree, and UB Tech. They're some of the only top-tier vendors that are shipping humanoid robots at scale right now. The robotics data flywheel is going to be the same as the AI data flywheel. Remember, this is exactly how autonomous driving started. The DARPA challenge that happened in 2004, at first it was a desert race with no winners. And then a year later, about 5 vehicles finished. And then a decade later, we're seeing self-driving cars on the public roads. So the race wasn't the point, the data was. And now it makes me think, I don't think there's a US version of this type of humanoid race. That's a startup idea sitting in plain sight if I've ever seen one. Because if you can get access to that data set that you're generating, that's a moat. And again, if you like this sort of thing and want to stay close, join our community Frontier. Link in bio.
That's crazy, man. We got humanoid robot races, bro. Like I said, it's a deeper meaning, man, than just, I guess, setting up a race. They need that data, bro. Right now, like you said, they're just taking baby steps. Before the first race, they was moving slow. Second race, they beat the Peking human world record. What's gonna happen to the third race, bro? Running full sprints, man. The next Olympics, bro, about to be held by robots. It wouldn't surprise me, man, like I said, if we see a robot in the next Olympics, bro. I'm calling it now, bro. You heard it here first. Global Reacts, man.
Pescaria no Rio Dourado, galera. Olha o tamanho daquilo dali, galera. Olha o tamanho dessa cobra, galera.
That's a big anaconda.
Olha o tamanho dessa cobra. Meu Deus do céu, olha o tamanho da cabeça daquela cobra ali, galera. Olha isso, galera. Cobra linda.
Whoa.
Olha lá, galera, top.
See y'all, they know that we are waking up now. Have y'all seen this interview yet? First of all, this lady hesitates to ask Donald Trump these questions. Why? Because she knows that it's all a lie. So this lady asked Donald Trump, what does he think about everyone saying that the, Pew Pew was fake, that it was all staged? Trump basically said that he don't care, and he let us know that nothing was real in the first place. World War II? Bro, this is crazy. I've been telling y'all, it's all been psychological.
I hesitate to ask you about this, but as you know, there's conspiracy theories out there on the left and the right that the event was staged or that it didn't happen.
What did last night didn't happen?
That it was because it was your first time there, or that Butler didn't happen. These conspiracy theories that are gaining traction on the internet.
Didn't happen, and many things didn't happen. Yeah, no, I hear it. I don't know. I think they're more sick than they are
con people, but there's a lot of con in it too. Well, I haven't heard that last night didn't happen. What usually takes a little bit longer.
He said usually it takes a little bit longer. Why? Because we were under the spell. We were asleep. We were drinking the Kool-Aid that was making us. And now we're breaking away from their system, from their spells, and now they're literally telling us. Remember, y'all, all I'm going to say is the pen is mightier than the sword. And who gave us our history? That's why they say it was all a dream, y'all. It's a giant dream. We are literally in a simulation, y'all. I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this, y'all. The shit is here. Let's continue to get it, man. Peace out.
The perfect person. I was like central casting. Central, hey, you know what? At least central casting. Look at that guy, central casting.
This is central casting. If I'm doing a movie, I pick you, Jenna.
Central casting. Central casting. This man's central casting. I watch him all the time. Central casting.
The easiest horror movie characters to survive, part 3.
Here we go.
Now, last time I checked, the reason that the demon transfers is because you're about to see someone. I'm big brain, so why don't I just close my eyes before someone ends up doing that? And I avoid the demon altogether. There's no way he's going to transfer through my eyelids if they're shut. So as long as I don't see someone doing that, I should be good. You then have any version of Ghostface. Now, yes, I know there's multiple Ghostfaces. Sometimes 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 1. But they're all stupid. If you really look at these movies and you see how clumsy these characters are, they're just getting lucky. They're not actually making big brain plays. Most of the time you're hitting them with fridges or outrunning them, throwing things down the stairs and they're getting tripped up. They're just normal people. If you find out that there's a mass unaliver in your town and it could possibly be your friend, hop in your car, check the back seat in the trunk, and dip. And if you have to fight them one-on-one, hopefully there's only one, but 9 times out of 10 you should be able to catch a break enough to run away. You then have my boy Jason Voorhees. Now I'm not talking the 2009 remake where bro is a hunter and can sprint. I'm talking about normal, slow-walking Jason Voorhees. Most of the time bro's only hanging out at Camp Crystal Lake. Just don't go camping at Camp Crystal Lake. Second, bro walks everywhere. Yes, extremely strong, super strength, inhuman durability. Just don't get in his way. I know I'm making it sound simple, but if you really think about it, in most of the movies, people are messing with him for no reason. Why are you coming back to Camp Crystal Lake? Stay home. Like and follow if you'd like to see a part 4.
Disturbing body facts that
Will you guys survive?
Day. If you have a surgery where your other organs need to be moved around, they might not function a day after the surgery because the body assumes they're just dead. Next, the brain is the last thing to function when you pass away, meaning in most cases you'll hear, feel, and smell your last moments on Earth. And it's possible to die from a pimple. Let me explain. If a pimple gets infected, let's say from you itching it, the infection could get into your bloodstream, causing you to have an intense fever. Then, a few days later, you will start having seizures and vomiting everywhere, so try not to play too much with your pimples. And finally, it's possible to get brain damage from a toothache, because if you have a tooth infection, there's a high chance of it getting to the brain if it's not taken care in time.
Man, I never even knew that. The more you know.
Elephants are the biggest crash outs in the animal kingdom, and no, that's not a weight joke. These drug merchants can be menaces when they want to be, and whoever decided to lie and make this up actively took names off the census, which the elephants don't need help doing, seeing as the pachyderms pass 10 to 500 people a year, allegedly. Y'all remember that elephant that broke out of a sanctuary, traveled over 100 miles just to life-deprive a 70-year-old senior citizen while she was getting water, and he stayed mad for 100 miles straight. Not only that, he pulled up to her funeral, grabbed her soul-divorced body, and said, you know what, 0 HP ain't enough, I need you in the negatives. Now, a lot of y'all said she deserved it because she was involved in poaching and elephant mafia slit, and yeah, that could be true. She also could have breathed, since sometimes that's all it takes. There's a reality where someone's grandmother got murked completely unprovoked. Got put on a shirt, except the shirt was reversible. Like all males, eventually elephants get to the point where all they want to do is multiply without a calculator. Dad, what's on the camera, Diggy? The problem is, when they're big enough to want it but not big enough to do something about it, they act out by attempting to off each other. Of course, sometimes they get frustrated when they smell the scent of a female on a baby, leading to them yeeting the baby. He really just Kobe the calf. He's fine though. Now, but the worst crash outs are the ones we created. So poaching, right? It's usually the older, bigger bulls that get hit the hardest, obviously. Problem is, without those same seasoned bulls, the younger, immature bulls start wilding all the way out. What happens when you get hormonal, teenage, 10,000-pound frat boys with no father figure? Hell if I know. For an elephant, fatherless behavior means turning an angry unicorn from a tight-end to a whiteout. In the 90s, 3 angsty elephants murked not 1, not 2, not 10, but 63 rhinos got folded by the 3 musketeers of malice. Damn. It wasn't until they brought back the older seasoned bulls that the younger males fell back in line. They're chill most of the time, but let them flip that switch and they're editing the census with a backspace button. Still my favorite animal, though.
A teacher is going to prison after making a teenager do something absolutely shocking. It was 2023 at South Fremont High School in St. Anthony, Idaho. That November, school teacher Jessica Lawson, age 36, was arrested. The story that would unfold would go on to shock the local community. Jessica was sat in the passenger seat of a car and police spotted it due to a damaged tailgate. And thank God police did stop this car. When officers looked inside, they found the teacher was with a teenage boy. Now, the teenager was actually driving the car and they decided to get them to pull over and to interview the boy in private. What they discovered was truly disturbing. The teacher had picked the child up from his parents' house. She allegedly gave him alcohol and substances and then had SA'd him. She ultimately made the teenager then drive her vehicle because she was too intoxicated. She was arrested and given 2 years in prison, but she could now be facing more time behind bars. This is for pleading guilty to battery of a child. He's also been given a 20-year no contact order with the victim of this crime.
This doll is so dangerous it's locked in a box. This doll right here is named Robert, and he's the most infamous doll in the entire world. And the story behind him will creep you out. In 1904, a little boy received Robert the doll as a birthday gift. At first there was nothing wrong, like he was just a normal doll. But then the little boy started saying strange things like, Robert made me do it, Robert told me to say this. And this little boy was very well behaved up until this point. He never got into trouble. But now he was getting into trouble every single day at school and blaming it on the doll. One day the family woke up to the little boy screaming on the floor with the doll on top of him with a knife. People even claimed to see the doll moving. And now this doll is locked in a box in the Florida Keys. A lot of him that go to visit him think it's fake at first, but then they claim to feel some kind of demonic force once they actually go into the room. There's even a sign that makes you ask him for permission to take a photo. And they say if you don't, you end up having a lot of bad luck after. Do you think this could be demonic?
Animals with shock.
Dude, man, we'll be seeing that Robert doll in a couple of clips, so I think there's merit to those claims, especially about them. They saying how people be taking pictures of them when bad stuff happens to them. That's some dark energy in that Robert doll, bro. Stay away.
Shocking defense mechanisms. Horned lizard. This small reptile can shoot blood from its eyes as a defense mechanism. It lives in Northern and Central America. The blood contains chemicals that taste bad to predators, helping the lizard escape. Hairy frog. It is also known as the Wolverine frog because it can break its own bones and push them through its skin to form sharp claws when threatened. This horror frog lives in Central Africa.
The fastest thing
Wolverine
in the world,
frog?
part 2.
Crazy.
Fastest internet, Singapore, 184.65 megabits per second. Fastest running insect, Australian tiger beetle, 5.6 miles per hour. Fastest woman, Florence Joyner, 22 miles per hour. Fastest helicopter, Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey, 351 miles per hour. Fastest spacecraft, NASA's Parker Solar Probe, 93 miles per second.
This woman passed away a few hours after this photo was taken when she flew to Turkey for a mommy makeover. 38-year-old Cadell Brown flew from the UK to Istanbul with her sister Leanne, and she had a procedure done at Clinic Expert. Her procedure included a tummy tuck, liposuction, and BBL. The entire process leading up to the surgery was perfect. They even offered a discount for Cadell, and that's what made her want to do her surgery here. But things took a turn a few hours into the surgery when the doctor came out and told her sister that Cadell was dead. This is the doctor that performed her surgery, and she said that with these types of procedures, it is very high risk. Now, you would think that things could not get worse, but when Cadell's body was brought back to the UK, the coroner told her family that large parts of her organs were missing, such as her brain and her heart. During an interview, the sister said that legally they couldn't do anything and that the clinic was allowed to take the organs if they wanted to.
They returned a body, they'd kept pieces of her heart and her intestines.
How hard was that to hear?
Better. I didn't think it was allowed, but they said it's legal, they can take what they want. But I thought you'd have to ask at least permission from family before you took anything, but they sent a death certificate straight away, just put no, there's not even a cause of death.
But a lot of people believe that her organs were removed to sell them.
The dumbest conspiracy theories on Earth that people actually believe.
Break it down.
So, let's take a look. The moon doesn't exist. Right. Yeah, sure. People believe the moon is a hologram that is projected into the sky every night. What? Oh my days. Oh my days. Now, I'm sorry. The dinosaurs built the pyramids of Egypt. Yeah, I bet they did. I bet they did. Who is writing these? What? It says that it was written in the Old Testament that dinosaurs helped the Egyptians to build the Great Pyramids. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Lizard people are running the world. I'm not being funny, mate. This isn't Spider-Man. What? No. Approximately 12 million people in America believe that the government is made out of lizards. Guys, if you're watching this video, what are you doing? What are you doing?
They might be mad to the lizard ones, though. I've
Here
seen those clips.
That have actual superpowers. So Stephen Wiltshire is an autistic artist who can draw an entire cityscape inclusive of all architectural details from his memory after only seeing it once.
A loose goat returned home with a medal after he accidentally joined a half marathon over the weekend, and his owner only found out when she woke up to find social media flooded with photos of her goat in the middle of the race. Joshua the goat lives at a pumpkin patch in Conception Bay South, and the route for the town's very first Trailway Trek half marathon went right by his home. Mr. Joshua is a very friendly little guy, and he's used to following people around while accompanying his family on walks. So when he saw people running by, he must have thought it was a cue for him to join. Fueled by adrenaline, Joshua managed to escape his pen and started keeping pace with the runners as if he were a trained athlete. Volunteers tried to contain him, but Joshua was determined to run his race, dodging anyone who tried to stop him. Meanwhile, Heidi Taylor, the owner of Taylor's Pumpkin Patch, had no idea that Joshua had made his own morning plans until she happened to check social media and came face to face with dozens of photos of her goat mid-marathon. She used the post to track his location and showed up with his favorite snacks, which finally enticed him to take a break. Once he was secured on a leash, Heidi took Joshua to the finish line, where he was presented with a medal for finishing first place in the goat division. Joshua ran an estimated total of 3 miles, but in the eyes of the locals, he was the race's undisputed champion. He's now back home, resting after his big day. And Jen and I post something positive every day.
This is what the perfect human body looks like according to science. And yes, women would have bloody baby pouches. A group of anatomists wanted to see what a person would look like if the human body evolved for peak functionality, and then took inspiration from other species that do things better. So firstly, the human 2.0 would have a sturdy chimp's lower back and the shock-absorbing legs of an emu. Just posing it here for all my feet people out there. To improve blood circulation, she has tiny pumps in her groin. I'm not hearing anybody else. Senses would be enhanced by having supersized eyes and the ears of a cat. Apparently titties are a flaw and had to go. Alright, inside we'd have the reliable heart of a dog, the graceful lungs of a swan, a choke-proof windpipe, and to ensure a pain-free childbirth, women would nurse their babies in a marsupial pouch. So the question is, if this is what the perfect woman would look like, what would change for a man?
That's like it looked like a freaking human hybrid mixed up with just different animals combined. What were those? That's what the perfect, I guess they said evolutionized human look like. It's gonna look like in a couple of years. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's a head turn.
An animal that doesn't die? Giant Galapagos tourists can live 150 years old. There's a quahog named Ming that was 500 years old. But this fascinating creature doesn't die. Tiny jellyfish are known as biologically immortal. If adult's injured or can't find food, folds in on itself and turns back into a larva. Like a butterfly back to a caterpillar. So do they just live for millions of years? Still dies if it gets eaten.
Let's try to guess the religion of these YouTubers. Mr. Beast, I feel like he's Catholic, no? He's gotta be a Christian for sure. I know Chandler definitely is. Agnostic, really? I wouldn't expect that. Speed is Christian for sure. Not sure which denomination, but definitely Christian. Yep, there we go. Same with Kai. I feel like a lot of the streamers are religious. Yep, there we go. PewDiePie. Well, he's European, so I feel like there's a decent chance he's Christian. But he's a curveball, and he lives in Japan now, so maybe like a Buddhist. No atheist, really.
Okay.
Markiplier's a curveball to me. I feel like he could be anything. Maybe like agnostic for him. A-religious. So what's that? Like non-religious, basically? Aiden Ross is Jewish for sure. Yep, Jewish. And then I know Ryan Tran's like a converted Christian. He's big into God now. Yep. Alright, nice.
Things humans weren't meant to see.
Okay. Did any of those YouTubers shock you? I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna have to call Cap on this, man. It's a good edit though, but yeah, I'm calling cap. Yeah, that's cap. Like I said, if y'all see anything that's cap, bro, I need your help. Call it out so we can learn together, man. This should be trending worldwide of footage like this actually got out. Wait, what the heck? Looks like a damn dog.
Things that only 0.01% of people can do. Touching your nose with your tongue. Yeah, I can't do it. Apparently some people can't just raise one eyebrow. I think I can do it. And apparently some people can't cross their eyes, and I'm pretty sure I just did it. Sneeze with your eyes open. Okay, that's impossible. Nobody can do that. Apparently rolling your tongue is super rare. So apparently I'm a rare person. Apparently some people can bend their hand upwards. How is that possible?
People who turn themselves
Can any of you guys do that, bro? I couldn't do none of that.
into animals. Toko said, a Japanese man has spent 12,000 pounds on a hyper-realistic costume to fulfill his lifetime dream of being an animal. He commissioned Zebit, a company that makes costumes for TV adverts and films, to produce his bespoke costume. Took them 40 days.
The world's first human dog.
Did you know there might be a dead body in the cargo space of the next airplane you fly in, and you wouldn't even know? Hello, and welcome to Not So Fun Facts, a series where I tell you unsettling facts. Back in the 18th and 19th centuries, dentures were sometimes made out of dead soldiers' teeth. As you can imagine, they didn't last very long. Have you ever felt something so cold that it felt hot? Some people who die of hypothermia are found naked because as their body temperature drops, they start to feel burning hot and take off their clothes, leading to an even quicker death. Like and follow for more.
There was something evil in this woman's room, because it looked like her dog was telling her she saw something that her owner couldn't. A woman in Sydney was woken up at 5 a.m. by her dog, Coda. She started shaking uncontrollably and looking at something that was in the room with them.
Mm-hmm. She's shaking. It's like you're in a defensive position.
The woman kept looking to see what it was, but she couldn't see anything. But strangely, Coda was on the fence the whole time.
You can see it's trying to protect its owner. Dogs can
Coda
see the
then
spirit.
hopped in the bed, keeping her eyes on whatever was there, aggressively growling at it. What exactly did Coda see in that room? And what would you do in this situation? Let me know what you think.
I'm getting the hell out the roof.
She's known as the most haunted doll in Iowa and one of the most haunted dolls in the United States. It's said that Ginger is possessed by a demon. People have seen her move by herself. She's been recorded jumping off of tabletops, and people have watched her pick things up. Nobody knows what type of a spirit is inside of Ginger, but she's kept locked in this box because people are so afraid of her. Look into her eyes, and you might see a demon. The full video of us investigating Ginger at the haunted Malvern Manor will be out this Wednesday on the Paranormal Files, my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio.
Robert got some competition, bro. Robert versus Ginger. Who gonna win? Haunted dogs.
Psychology hacks you need to know. If someone is trying to make you decide something in a hurry, they're most likely giving you a bad deal, and you should just walk away. If a person is trying to intimidate you, stare at their forehead with a blank expression. This will psychologically make them self-conscious. Chewing gum when you're nervous really does help because your brain thinks, I'm eating, so I must not be in danger. If you want to know if someone is interested in what you're saying, cross your arms. If they cross their arms too, this is called mirroring, and it actually means they're interested in the conversation. If you need to remember to do something tomorrow, just put something in your room out of place. The next day, you'll see this item out of place, and you'll remember why you put it there. Finally, if two people are arguing, stand in between them and eat something. It'll help alleviate the tension.
Really? I've seen that a couple of times before. I wonder why people did
Things are
that.
what no humans can do, apart from not shot, and if you can, then you're bloody weird. This is where you bend your thumb back onto your hand like that. Only 1% of humans can actually do this. Try this video if you can do it.
I can't. You guys try.
Humans were never meant to see. They strapped a camera on a shark, and look what it captured.
Hold on. Shark GoPro?
You can see the camera is attached. Now, as the shark goes deeper in the water, you won't believe the shocking sighting it caught. Wait for it.
What it saw?
Now look closely.
You guys see it? Oh, that's like looks like a big hand. What the fuck?
Here it comes.
Oh, I thought we already saw it. What the fuck?
Is that a mermaid?
If kids' drawings were real, easily one of the most creepiest videos I think I've ever looked at. I mean, the one I think terrifies me the most. Just strange, distorted faces, man. Gosh, this is like nightmare fuel. And the cat?
It is. It's pure nightmare fuel, bro.
Maps that will change the way you see the world. This is how many lives of politicians were ended in Mexico just in the first half of 2024. Any country in blue on this map used to display people at zoos. This map shows air quality in Europe. Dark blue is the cleanest air, and red is the air that can cause problems. This map shows every nuclear power plant in the world, with green being operational, red being shut down, and blue being under construction. In the state in red is where a popular adult entertainment website has been banned as of July 1st. This map shows where all of the pirate attacks have been located in the 21st century, with red being the very hot areas. There are 1 billion people in each individual color on this map. This map shows the topography of Peru, and this map shows the topography of Germany. These are the hottest temperatures that have ever been recorded in every U.S. state. This map shows which gender has the highest BMI on average. The red countries are where more women have a higher BMI, and the blue countries are where more men have a higher BMI. And yellow is just equal.
I saw a lot of red, bro. And blue. Man, you gotta do better, bro.
Let's talk about some of the craziest true crime documentaries that are coming out in October.
Talk about
we're gonna get some of the best of the year. The Menendez brothers are getting a documentary on Netflix where they're actually going to tell their own story. This is, of course, coming on the heels of the Netflix Ryan Murphy show about them, but in this one, they're actually interviewed. Also, I'm Kaylin, and I love giving recommendations if you want to follow along. And then 2 days later, we're actually getting a Scamanda documentary on Hulu. That's the story of how Amanda Riley scammed people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars by pretending to have cancer. It was originally a podcast, and so was Sweet Bobby, which is also getting a documentary this month. It follows one of the craziest catfishing stories I've ever heard, and you kind of just have to see it to believe it. And this one's kind of crazy, but there was a Chris Brown documentary kind of made in secret called A History of Violence. It's going to be on Hulu, and it was actually made by the people who made Quiet on Set earlier this year. And then in time for spooky season, Disney Plus is putting out Witches, The Truth Behind the Trials. It promises to tell a kind of unknown history about the witch trials starting back when they were taking place in Europe. And then the one I'm probably the most excited for is a Netflix doc called This Is the Zodiac Speaking. It's a 3-part docuseries that apparently really focuses in on one suspect in the Zodiac case. Which ones are you going to be watching this month?
The Brady Poser.
You guys gonna check that out?
I think it's safe to say this might be the best horror movie of this year. You literally have Art the Clown unaliving a Santa Claus with a chainsaw. He's then gonna wear his suit. Well, with the fact that Art the Clown is finally coming to a video game. He's going to be in Call of Duty in the next couple days. He's finally starting to get the recognition he deserves. With that, here's every theory in my own theory for Terrifier 3. Starting with my own, at some point Sienna's going to be going to the Ninth Circle of Hell, aka the first spot Art the Clown took his victims in order to get immortality. She's going to go there and either sacrifice herself or someone else, or put something up as fodder in order to get Art the Clown off of Earth. Then I have a theory online speculating that the final girl from the first movie is going to be possessed by a demon and trying to unalive Art the Clown with Sienna and her brother. Now that made sense to me for a while, until I took another look at the original photo that came out for this movie. She's with Art the Clown sitting on top of an unalive Santa Claus. Is Art the Clown the demon that's possessing her? I think that's a massive possibility. It's that strong. I've also been seeing theories online that this is young Sienna, and her first time seeing Art the Clown. She was over at her friend's house or at a sleepover during Christmas time. Art the Clown came in and unalived everybody's parents, and that's where his obsession with her started, hence the reason he's all about her. Me personally, I genuinely have no idea where this movie's going. All I know is it's going to be absolutely insane, and the first 5 minutes are going to shock everybody.
Maps that will change the way you see the world. This is a prediction of what the world is going to look like 250 million years from now. These are the CO2 emissions across the Indian subcontinent, with the lightest, whitest areas being the highest.
Damn.
This map shows all of the foreign military presence that is sitting in Africa right now. This map shows the most valuable Italian brands and where exactly they came from. If you draw a straight line between the northernmost point and southernmost point in the contiguous United States, along with the westernmost point to the easternmost point, the lines do not intersect. This map shows what the size of the Great Lakes would look like if it was in Europe. This map shows which state you could find the highest percentage of people with ancestry from every European country. This map shows where every popular sitcom took place. Every red dot on this map is a football pitch or a soccer field if you're from the United States. This map shows that in 1990, most of the United States had 15% or less obese adults in their state, where less than 30 years later, now almost every state has more than 25% obesity rates.
The deadliest game show I bet you've never heard of. The show was called The Chamber, and only 3 episodes aired before it was canceled. Why cancel it so soon? Well, they literally tortured the contestants. The game was rather simple. In the pre-game face-off, 2 contestants would go back and forth answering questions. The winner moved on to the main game. The loser was sent home packing. The main game is where you would enter into the chamber. You were offered a $500 buyout if you didn't want to go any further, but nobody took it. When you entered the chamber, you would be strapped into a chair and hooked up to electrodes, muscle contractors, and medical equipment. And then a computer would choose whether you got the hot chamber or the cold. Once the chamber was sealed, the game began, and your goal was simple. Answer as many questions as quickly as you can while surviving the environmental torture that was thrown at you. In the hot chamber, they could increase the temperature up to 170 degrees Fahrenheit.
Hell no.
Simulated earthquakes would also shake the chamber, going up to a 9.5 on the Richter scale. The more you progressed, the more the muscle contractors would activate. The chair would move back and forth, up and down, and rotate in complete circles. They would even drop the oxygen levels in the chamber, as well as blasting you in the face with winds up to 140 miles an hour. The cold chamber was equally as torturous, honestly if not worse. The temperature could drop to negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. In the cold chamber, instead of rotating the chair, they would be sprayed with water jets, causing ice to form on the players. The game would end in a few different ways. If you answered 2 questions in a row wrong, you were out. If the medical team felt you were going to pass, you were also out. You could also yell "stop the chamber" to forfeit, which, surprise, surprise, nobody did. A total of 6 episodes were made, and the 3 unaired episodes reportedly had an insect chamber, an electric shock chamber, and a water torture chamber.
No.
The most you could have won on the show was around $120,000.
What?
The most anybody ever actually won was $20,000. That person, Scott Brown, got through all 7 levels of the cold chamber and was actually hospitalized afterwards. He then sued Fox and won $100,000.
Roll mind.
2025 will go down as the year where we all realized, oh, all these big corporations and the government hate the people that they say that they serve. They're not here to help us. They are here to take all of your money and assist in helping you lose all of your limbs and your teeth. You know, in Latin, the word government, right? The word govern in Latin is to restrict or control. And the word ment, M-E-N-T, is the Latin root for the word mind. So the word government in Latin literally is like restrict your mind or control your mind.
Stay weird.
It's the government.
Can someone explain to me what the heck is going on with our food supply? And why do I say that?
because a woman opened up a can of this Quaker Oats 1-minute quick oatmeal that she purchased at Walmart and noticed some worms crawling around inside the container. You heard what I said, worms crawling around inside the container. If you haven't seen the viral video, take a look at this. Look at this.
Nobody
Watch.
you from Walmart.
You can see them start popping out as she's watering it. Watch.
Oh, hell no.
Scoot up. They running.
Look on the top of the container.
Oh,
Look all around.
That's too much.
Oh.
Look at them crawling out of the top of the container.
Lawsuit. Get that bag.
No. This is both disgusting and disturbing at the same time. But who's to blame for this? Is it the store that sold it? Or is it the packaging company for Quaker Oats? Any way you slice it, if you have this in your home, open the container. Take a look inside. Make sure nothing is worming around, so to speak. As I said from the very beginning, it is very difficult to trust anything we purchase in the store these days. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I got some Quaker Oats upstairs, bro. I'm gonna have to check that expeditiously, bro. Seekers, man. Check your oatmeal, bro.
Stillwater. We're talking about Stillwater yet again. Why is it red? No, like literally, why is it red? If you want worms to lay eggs in your brain, you want to jump in this. Please don't. That straight up looks like Godzilla's toilet. What is that grate in the floor? That looks like a wave pool thing where it has the bars. This is disgusting. Oh my, this is the worst Stillwater photo I think I've ever seen because of this grate. You already know I have a phobia of pool drains, so that just made it so much worse. Photos like this, I don't know why, they give me such a guttural, disgusted feeling. It's like a drop, like my heart feels like it's dropping. Abandoned places are absolutely fascinating, but when it comes to Stillwater, you want nothing to do with that place because you will die if you jump in there. Flooded abandoned places are like one of my biggest fears, and could you imagine being stuck down here, wading through Stillwater, knowing that you're probably going to die even if you get out of there anyway? This photo showing all the trash in it. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Some of them have fishes in them. I don't know how. These fish probably have superhuman strength and can lift a car from all of the chemicals that are in that water. Are you gutturally disgusted by abandoned places that are flooded also? Because I am, and I need to be validated, so please let me know.
After all these years, I've never met the Olsen twins. He introduced me to them. I said to him, how do I tell them apart? He says, Ashley Swallows.
Whoever this is needs to get her head examined. But isn't it strange how most of the jokes about the Olsen twins were directed at Ashley instead of Mary Kate? It's almost like they wanted to tell the world who Bob's favorite victim was. When they're done talking about Bob's sick obsession with the twins, they continue to joke about other children and women he targeted.
He's a sick bastard! He has 2 daughters in college and 3 girlfriends in high school. Bob Saget's girlfriend is so young, R. Kelly wouldn't pee on her. Most comics dream of performing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Bob Saget dreams of performing in Hannah, Montana.
I wonder why all of these comedians who were Bob Saget's closest friends all decided to joke about him preying on young children. It really makes you wonder what was actually going on behind the scenes. But the 6 stories about the Olsen twins didn't stop at the roast. There's a story Bob Saget told publicly more than once about rehearsing scenes with a doll used to represent the twins when they weren't physically on set.
Yo, I'm starting to think that SpongeBob was created for the kids on Epstein Island. It's way too many coincidences that lead back to Epstein Island about not only just SpongeBob, but Nickelodeon. It's the fact that this exact address is literally Little St. James, the island. And y'all know whose island that is? It's Epstein's Island. But it gets a little bit weirder because even the Nickelodeon symbol is Epstein Island. But then you think about all the weird things that happens to the children in the industry, especially the Nickelodeon industry, you start to realize that all these things add up. This is literally Epstein Island from above. Does it not resemble the Nickelodeon sign? So they literally put these things in our faces and no one seems to bat an eye. It's like plain sight. Even when you think about the pizza episode, pizza. Think about the word pizza. When you think about the pizza episode, pizza has been a key word for the PDFs in Hollywood for so long. Remember they looked inside and their faces and stuff like that, and they were fighting over it and stuff like that. Like, I can't see how no one's picking this up. It's right there in our faces.
You ever heard of the story, the Epic of Gilgamesh? No. The story was written 2000 BC. The story talks about how he was 2/3 God and 1/3 man. And the claim was that he was 17 feet tall.
Oh, man.
And he was this brutal king, like just tyrant. The story goes that he was buried under the Euphrates River.
That's drying up.
Well, here's the thing. In 2003, a archaeologist by the name of Jörg Fassbinder, he was in the Mesopotamia area and doing like the whole LiDAR thing. And what he said is, I have found the tomb of Gilgamesh.
Oh my gosh.
But it's underground, right? So they have to like dig it up. Guess what happened 1 month later?
Oh, man.
This is where it gets crazy.
Yeah.
All the archaeological sites were then stopped in Iraq, so stop digging, you're out of here. But the locals around this encampment, the U.S. encampment, reported that the U.S. military were digging at night, taking things out of the ground and putting them onto trucks and driving them off.
We're villains.
This 34-year-old guy is now in charge of the wealthiest city on earth. Zohran Mamdani is not only the youngest mayor in 133 years, but also America's first ever that's Muslim. And now he's won the election in the city with the highest concentration of Jews outside of Israel. He even pledged to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu as a war criminal if he stepped foot in New York City, which he did less than a month ago before Mamdani became mayor. He says he's a democratic socialist, think Bernie Sanders and AOC. He essentially didn't exist politically only 12 months ago. He's a former rapper, was born in Uganda, and is almost the exact opposite to Donald Trump in terms of his policies. He wants to raise the minimum wage to $30. He wants to freeze rent prices. He wants to make buses in NYC NY-free. He wants to initiate universal childcare. But when asked how is he going to pay for all of that, he often refers to raising taxes on the richest people of New York by about 2% and also passing similar tax hikes for large corporations. Now, his critics say that this will trigger an exodus of business owners and millionaires out of NYC, only worsening the situation. And there might even be some evidence for that, because before the election took place, nearly 1 million New Yorkers indicated that they would flee the city if he was elected. So I guess we'll see now if they were bluffing or not. Donald Trump has previously called Mamdani a communist lunatic, that he looks terrible, that New York has zero chance of success or even survival now. And then once it was confirmed that he actually won, Trump posted simply saying, and so it begins. The question is Mamdani gonna destroy New York, or is he exactly what they needed?
Trump just said Venezuela is prepared to transfer between 30 and 50 million gallons of oil to the United States. And not just any oil, sanctioned oil. So my question is, you went and kidnapped that man for their oil, right? I said it all along. But it goes a little deeper than that too, y'all. And the thing y'all don't understand is, it's not gonna stop there. Not with just Venezuela. It's so much at play right now. Just think about US, China, and Russia. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk too much about that. My whole thing is, since you taking oil from these dudes, is the gas prices gonna go down over her? Because if not, something wrong, fool. It's crazy, bruh. He went over there, took their president, his wife, taking their oil, taking their money, taking over Venezuela, and then maybe even a central bank is about to pop up.
I can't believe my eyes right now, but it is genuinely happening. You all know about the main thing, things changing, blah, blah, blah. And now the whole internet is expecting a crazy secret episode to drop tomorrow, January 7th. Now here's where it gets strange, because today this website appeared, which appears to have a clock that goes backwards and then has this countdown. Now, this probably is fan-made, but it does look very professional, like it could be real, and it's on an official website, but I highly doubt it. And even crazier again, credit to my boy Andrew for finding this, Stranger Things posted this, which basically, as you know, the clocks mean a lot in this program. The time is 1:07. Which people are just saying, there is no way this is a coincidence. This definitely means something's coming on the 7th. There was this whole thing with the books where it spells out X, a lie, and there's these Stranger Things lights that have been going viral. People have been buying them, which are official apparently. And if you scan the light in the box, it says Vecna lives. As I say, there are so many holes and things that it makes complete sense to do this. If something does come out, they will go down as probably some of the greatest writers in history, and this could be phenomenal. But I feel like the way they did end it and say goodbye, people that did like the ending would be very annoyed. It did wrap things up nicely, apart from all of this other stuff, so I can't imagine it coming back. If it doesn't, then the writing is that bad that even things like clocks and books are getting misplaced. Like, what is going on?
This is how you...
Is there a secret episode of Stranger Things coming out or not, bro? Like I said, people, the way Stranger Things ended, man, I don't think, like I said, it ended on a Game of Thrones note, but it didn't. But I guess, according to some people, it didn't hit, I guess, the heights it was really expected. So is this just the way people cope, man? More and more episodes if we can round up all the freaking loose plottings that they left in the show. I didn't even notice, bro. So apparently somebody made a whole list of like plot, things that never got resolved. And apparently there was a whole bunch of it. So is that why the secret episode is coming out, Stranger Things Conformity Gate? That's what they're calling it? Who knows?
No, this generation is done. Piper Raquel, Bob House, Piper Raquel, just turned 18 years old. And what does she do? She starts the OF. And this OF allegedly makes $1 million in one day. Think I'm lying? Now, of course, if you knew she was going to do this, which means people were waiting for her to do this. And that's the shit right there that makes me shake my head. She just turned 18. You made her a millionaire, but you made her a millionaire because you're thirsty. Look at that shit right there. Now, what does this say for you? It says that as soon as you turn 18, people will be waiting for you to have one of the same things that Piper has. And you too can be a millionaire. You see where I'm going with this shit? This culture is different, man. Very different. But the story continues. So apparently, Piper lied about cracking $1 million in 1 hour. He posted a screenshot and it wasn't photoshopped the right way. And then she posted a video crying. Just breathe, Piper. Just breathe. Reality of the situation is, even if she didn't make $1 million, she made something. And with that crying episode, she's gonna make a little bit more. I'm out.
Don't y'all find it amazing how the Most High left his signature on us? And how we are a direct reflection of nature? How every part of us can be found inside of nature? How our lungs look like the tree. Ironically, we breathe in what they exhale, and they exhale what we breathe in. Or how rivers look like our natural nerve system. And as we enter the technology age, never forget that we are nature. And nature is us. That's the way that the Most High created us and left his signature on us. That's how the Most High identifies his creation, with his signature. But y'all let me know in the comment section on what y'all think about us being direct reflections of nature.
What is this? Why are all these birds in the same place?
Weird.
What is going on out here, guys? Shh. What does this mean?
Frequency, bro.
Hundreds of them. Wow. Cool. What's that? What is going on in the sky, guys? Shh. Can anybody explain what's going on in the sky? Hundreds of birds all in the same place. Right? The other video, unidentified objects in the sky, circling in the same place. Now, if you ask me, I don't know what's going on, but people are saying that the Matrix is failing. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for insane person. I don't know what the hell is going on in the sky because I'm on ground. Can't believe everything you see, guys, because that could be AI. Remember, that's exactly why they made those 2 letters. So you can think that when you see stuff like that, come on, bro, somebody did that on the app. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game or anything. You see what's going on in these streets. Chad! But I tell you one thing, if I'm outside and I see any of that, I'm gonna just go in the crib. Straight up.
Me too.
See what happened with Jake Paul and Joshua?
Yes.
You heard the dark theory?
Yeah.
People are saying that he was targeted to be assassinated.
Yes, man.
Why? Because he didn't follow the script on the Jake Paul fight. Think about it, bro. All these people already think the Jake Paul fight is rigged. If you watch closely in all the Jake Paul fights, he does a signal with his tongue. That is the warning that he's going too much off script to chill out. So see how he does that tongue thing? So he wiggles his tongue because he wants him to chill out. Mike Tyson hit him hard, and then right away he puts his tongue out, right? Look what happens here. He puts his tongue out, mocking him because he's gonna go off script. And right after he does that, what happens? He gets his jaw broke. These big billionaires and millionaires that put money onto the fight, what if they put hundreds of millions of dollars into this, bro?
Yes,
and then what they wanted to do was take out Anthony Joshua for not sticking to the script, bro. And what just happened? Anthony Joshua was in a car accident, and two of his best friends died.
Yeah. To be honest, it might be a warning because when they send off hits, they're probably not gonna get the guy right away. They have to seem like it's an accident.
I think straight up they were just trying to kill him. He just happened to survive. I think he was supposed to die there.
Word.
Yeah.
So The Economist just dropped a new magazine cover for the year 2026, Firehorse year that we just entered, and they're calling it The World Ahead 2026. Let's see what they are telling us. First of all, I want y'all to notice that the cover is black, like pitch black. Kind of like a, Great Reset type of black, like the Great Reset that they've been putting in these movies type of black. And then when you look at the centerpiece, you notice an eye, but not a human eye, an AI eye, with circuitry looking like neural pathways connected to these different sectors that really run our reality. And when y'all look in the center of the eye, it looks like there's a spark, right? An ignition, a switch, something is being turned on. Is AI about to start connecting with these things? Look at the things that's around the eye. You got a gas mask, and right next to the gas mask, you got the Bitcoin symbol. Is AI going to be controlling biochemical warfare, Bitcoin? You got two political figures down here arguing, it looks like, about money. You got a broken chart. You got soccer once again. You got satellites potentially falling out of the sky. A nuclear mushroom cloud, comets coming down. Something's going on with the water, probably agriculture dying up. Maybe human genetics being altered in some type of way that has to do with AI. So are they telling us that AI is about to spark a new world, right? And watch everything go down like some type of Minority Report type shit, like some type of movie? I've been telling y'all, our life is literally a movie and they're telling us what's about to happen. What do you guys think they're telling us? Why would they change the cover like that? They're letting us know something is going on. Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Y'all see it. They're telling us that.
What?
What the hell? What the fuck? What? Not. Don't go nowhere. Stay right here.
Like, where the hell am I watching? Woods in the middle of the night. What are you doing?
Oh my god, no. Fuck that.
Okay. You saw that when they like tapped President Obama, they like kind of went through him. I know this video is edited or something like that. When he was talking to Trump, man, that did not look like Trump. That looked like an imposter, man, for like a couple of seconds. I don't know, man. Weirder things have happened. I just edited, or we just caught it in 4K, man. No explanation. Where is it? He had the lizard eyes. The one who moved to the side. It was like a quick, brief second, but you could see it. He didn't blink, man. You've seen some theories on the lizard eyes, people, but kind of skeptical to go down that rabbit hole. I'll do it if you guys want me to. Catching all this in 4K is insane. Look like she's trying to wash her hands. She's like talking to herself in the mirror.
I understand. I'm gonna need you to step out so we can check the residence.
Okay.
Fuck that shit!
Just freak the fuck out. I thought somebody was watching me. Don't they look like an eyeball?
You can feel it, man, when somebody's watching you.
I'm not there and look.
Pennywise, are you down there? Are you... The fuck is that? I'll leave the box here. Yeah.
See this like hole in my wall, and like next to her, I have a really creepy neighbor. Let's see. What the? Oh my god! Oh my.
Hello for more.
All those clips, man, if somebody's watching, man, like I said, but I can like legit feel. I don't know if anybody else can do this, man. I can legit feel when like somebody's watching you. It's like you can feel their piercing eyes, man. There's a certain feeling, man, that you can't describe or explain, but those who know, man. You know when somebody's watching you. His roommate or something?
haven't seen before. This is how big the Statue of Liberty's face is compared to a person. This is how big a polar bear's paw is compared to a human hand. This is how big Earth is compared to Saturn. This is what Queen Elizabeth II looked like when she was 18. This is how horses fly on a plane. And this is what a completely empty airplane looks like. This is what the largest flying animal ever recorded looks like compared to a human. This is how big a blue whale heart is compared with a human being. This is a picture of one of the last Tasmanian tigers, an animal that went extinct in 1936. Tourists used to be able to freely climb up the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt to sunbathe and have tea parties. This is how condoms were tested in the 1930s. This is what the end of 13,000 miles of the Great Wall of China looks like. This is Ralph Lincoln, the 11th generation cousin of Abraham Lincoln. This is what the Eiffel Tower looked like as it was being built. This is Ruth Malcolmson, the woman who won the 1924 Miss America pageant. This is Robert Wadlow, the tallest human who ever lived.
Damn. This was the real-life Saw. During the 1930s, an inventor named Henry Warren moved to Granville, Ohio. He lived a lonely life in an old Victorian house on the edge of town. His arrival made the locals uneasy, who couldn't shake the feeling that something was strange about him. For years, odd events haunted the town. People reported hearing strange noises at night, and a series of disappearances remained unexplained. Most residents thought these incidents were just accidents or runaways, but when a drifter named Carl Davis vanished near Warren's property, suspicions turned toward the reclusive inventor. James Randall, the local detective, was brought in to investigate. On the night of August 3rd, 1936, Detective Randall made his move. He approached the house under the cover of darkness, found an open basement window, and slipped inside. The basement was filled with odd contraptions, and as he looked around, Randall discovered a lever hidden behind debris. He carefully pulled it, activating a hidden mechanism. The walls shifted, to trap anyone caught in Warren's twisted games. Stunned, Randall turned to leave, but as he reached the window, he stopped cold. Standing in the corner was Henry Warren, his face calm and unreadable. At that moment, Randall knew his nightmare had only just begun. The way he managed to escape this situation will leave you speechless. Drop your thoughts in the comments and share for part 2.
Hey man, I can find out part 2, because how the heck did he escape that? He had like a whole freaking torture room, it sounds like. And he hid it in a secret room, so I don't know how he got out, but I'm gonna try to find that for y'all, man. That story has some twists and turns. It's a skinwalker? Has to be that. It's not a reflection, right? What is that baby doing? It's probably a reflection. I see nothing weird yet. Is her mom standing in the background? Wait, no, wait, what the hell?
I just come and I see this like hole in my wall. And like next to it, probably what the? Oh my god! Oh.
Okay, these addicts here. What the heck? I ain't falling for this. We ain't falling for that. His ass going like back and forth, like something definitely was going on with him, man. I think he was possessed right there. First time seeing possession on camera like that. I don't know what that candle was doing, man. Kick it. I don't know if that was part of a ritual or something, but get out of there. Pinocchio.
Come on. This isn't right. He should be normal. No. This isn't right. No. What the fairies wish you would. I already did this. No, Pinocchio, no.
What the heck? Mandrakes. Okay.
Looks like a monster trying to come out, doesn't it? It looks like he's trying to crawl out.
It really does.
Fucking God, this is scary.
Okay.
So I'm walking along here, and I run into this tree with this stupid grin on his face. It's just like the most perfect tree face I've ever seen. And then I look over here, another tree with a stupid grin on his face.
Somebody put that there.
He's like a little less happy, you know, he's just more is what it is kind of tree.
In this video, Faison from the CJ Faison YouTube channel takes us on a solo camping trip to the legendary Pine Barrens Forest in New Jersey, widely known as one of the scariest forests in the US, where rumors abound of criminal activity lurking in the shadows. It's September 30th, 2024. CJ arrives after sunset, engulfed by the dark, dense woods. Just as he sets up his camp, the eerie atmosphere begins to make itself known.
And I tell you what, like me even being here right now, I'm just stoked because it's coming into camping season, right? A lot of people, they go... That was weird.
There's something.
my mind right now, but I'm like 99% sure something's on the other side of the van, so we're gonna go take a quick look. Let me grab this off the tripod really quick.
Empty so far.
Listen, everybody, nobody's doing these solo van adventures. So just putting that out there. Man, this is wicked crazy at night. Wicked crazy at night.
He hears strange sounds coming from behind his van. He checks but finds nothing, leaving him uneasy. Shrugging it off, CJ decides to take a quick bike ride to explore.
Alright.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. I didn't even close the camper door. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Oh gosh. No. I didn't close the camper door. Oh, damn. I'm an idiot. I just realized that. I don't know why. It just dawned on me.
Left it open? Rookie mistake.
Hello?
Somebody there?
Those two logs are knocked over. The two logs are actually knocked over.
So somebody kicked him out.
I
Someone's
know for a
watching.
fact that one was standing up, and I know that I'm 99% sure that one was standing up too.
I remember one of them being up.
Midway, CJ realizes he forgot to close his van. Racing back, he finds both of the logs near his van knocked over, but nothing is missing, deepening the mystery.
This is not the mount.
Trying to get some more video evidence.
What the fuck was that? Hello?
Yeah, something definitely went down.
Turn off this light. It's on. What the fuck is that? What the? What is that? Let's try to zoom in on my camera. Okay, what the fuck? What the? Alright, I'm getting back in the video.
Drive off!
Okay, somebody's out there, I think. I don't know. It seems like it.
He's still recording. I would have been. I'm gone.
I can't really see in the camera. Oh shit. Damn. Oh, I didn't know that opened like that. That's nice. Okay. It's magnetic. What the hell?
Doesn't even know that.
Hello?
Suddenly, a loud crack echoes from the woods, like a branch snapping under heavy weight. CJ peers outside and spots a faint, flickering light in the distance. His heart racing, he tries to make out what might be out there in the dark.
Alright.
Oh, I saw that.
I'd be lying if I said I'm not shitting my pants right now.
It's in the distance, like over there. See that right here, right there. And he just running towards. Oh, he's a brave man.
Come on. There's somebody's flashlight. Hello?
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting watched, bro. I don't know who or what, but someone's watching him.
Hello?
Hit that echo? It's scary, man.
I'm not sure if y'all could hear that, but that was like a... I don't even know. It was a ding or something. Somebody's out here. Obviously.
Yeah.
The damn flashlight doesn't fall clean out of the sky. Hello?
It turns out to be a flashlight, lying abandoned in the brush. Faison calls out, hoping for an answer, but silence fills the air. Unnerved yet determined to uncover who might be lurking near his camp, he decides to investigate the area, scanning the shadows for any sign of the mysterious visitor.
Fuck. They're either down this way right here, or they're behind that big bush. I don't know which one.
He's too far from the RV.
Whoa!
Aww.
Fuck you, motherfucker! I'll fucking beat your ass with this fucking flashlight right behind you.
As CJ rushes toward where he thought the person might have gone, loud snapping sounds echo from the woods right beside him. His heart races as he realizes someone must be hiding nearby, concealed in the darkness, silently watching his every move.
Go to the RV, man. I'm out. What are you still doing there?
I'm taking this flashlight. Somebody's gonna sneak up on me. They're gonna freaking earn it tonight.
Seekers, if you guys made it with me to the end of the video, you're a true seeker seeking the truth. I greatly appreciate the support. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on this video. Also comment down below. Hit that post notification bell so you always get notified when I upload my next videos. You guys are going to catch you in the next one, man. I'm out. Peace, YouTube.